Like the first time I landed a proper hit on someone, I stopped and was like, I'm sorry. And my coach was like, what the fuck are you doing? Hit him again. And I was like, oh shit. Like,
no,
oh, fuck. Yeah.
Finish him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a strange sport.
That's the brain damage, dude.
What?
That's what the training is. The training is just inducing more and more brain damage until you become a boxer that's basically immune to pain and more brain damage. You know, you ever seen like the videos of like the little, I saw on Reddit the other day, the little rat car where they took the brain out of the rat and put neurons in it and it like drives around. They literally just like reduce your brain to like 3 or 4 neurons.
You're saying that's going to happen to me.
And then you can just kill people.
Well, you can still drive a car.
Yeah, that's at least I got that to look forward to.
So, okay. Do they do this like, can you wear a helmet or can you like just do boxing but no face shots?
So it's head protection, but in terms of preventing concussions, it doesn't really do that because when you get hit, your head still moves, right? So
yeah, but any sort of like damping, like any sort of like
it does a bit, but
the jerk.
It does, but it more just prevents superficial cuts. But there was actually a study done, and they found that boxers that wore headgear actually sustained worse concussive injuries because the fights went for longer, which means they got more blows to the head instead of breaking your nose and then
one and done.
Yeah. So it's.
I think the ultimate solution is don't get hit in the head.
Yeah, well, that's my plan.
I mean, if you're good enough, you should never get hit.
I'm gonna do this one the whole time.
You're gonna be on the ground doing that. So like, when your arm starts like
fencing
shooting
position.
up. What do they call that?
It's like
no, there's a term when your arm starts
I'm
like. I'm
pretty sure it's called like the fencing.
Oh yeah, that sounds right. Like you have no control, and you're for whatever reason your
or the fencing response. Yeah, it's a fencing.
Is that a true thing? That's sick.
Fencing response?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Whoa.
If you get like a concussion or something, your arm will literally you'll be like if you're on the ground, your arm will just start like floating up and just be like.
You see it in UFC. Like when a lot of people get knocked out, you do see it in UFC.
But could that be because they're trained athletes, so it's such an instinct?
It says immediately after moderate forces have been applied to the brainstem. 1 second.
Oh.
It's like some horrible thing going on.
The forearms are held flexed or extended after you get hit in the brainstem. You know, that's I mean,
like that's not even your brain, dude.
The
That's like
stem of your brain.
Some, like deep.
Your lizard
ancestor. What is
that?
That's some fucking trait from 2 billion years ago that we had.
The fish that you were descended from is trying to help you in any way it can.
Exactly.
Am I doing a good job? No, you're not.
Don't eat me. That fish is like, I've got it from here.
Get you killed. That was like my biggest concern because I was considering we had a whole.
Well, I asked you.
Talked about.
I asked you if you'd box me.
Yeah.
You said no because we're at similar height.
How tall are you?
6'3.5".
You're like just slightly too tall. I'm like almost 6'1".
You guys are all tall.
2 inches is a lot.
Little kid around you guys.
And how much do you weigh?
I'm 88 at the moment.
88 pounds.
So it's like
units,
195, 190.
If I had been training for 6 months, maybe I could get up to that because I sit around
194.
Like 175. So I'd have to gain
How much do you weigh, Will?
20 pounds. Like 175.
Because I remember when you came to Australia, we both went on the
I was fat.
You went on the scales and you were depressed that you were the same as me.
No, I was fat.
Wait, Alex, who are you? You have to make your calls. Who's gonna win the fights?
Oh, I guess main fight is what iDubbbz versus Dr. Mike. And that is a really hard one to call because if Dr. Mike has actually been boxing for 10 years, then it's just such an advantage. It's pretty fucked. But I think Ian's maybe got that crazy underdog factor.
The only thing I can think about Ian is that like Ian does not half-ass anything.
Yeah.
And so, like, Ian was training for this literally 6 months before it was even, like, on the move, this whole event.
And I kind of trust that he would only take the fight if he knew he had a chance as well.
Here's my speculation. Okay, because I'm not a boxer, but if I had to guess, most of your training is just about defending yourself.
It depends.
Is that the most important part?
It really depends on Yeah, well, that obviously is very important because if you've got power and you get knocked out, you can't even use it, you know?
Right.
But it really depends. There's different aspects to training.
My guess is like offense is also kind of defense, where it's like if you're aggressive with them, they're going to be more careful with you.
Yeah, that is a big
And you
part of
also
it.
have to be able-
If you're offensive, then they don't have the time to kind of dictate the fight. So if you're the one dictating the fight, you're the one being aggressive, then most of the time it's easier for you because you don't have to react to as many things like they do.
But then you also could just, if you just take a bunch of hits but protect your head and just let them get tired.
Yeah. That's the thing is, like, I thought you could do that as well, but like, let's say you got your hands up in front of your face, right? You're covering your face. If you get hit in the hands, your hands still hit you in the face.
Go right into your face.
And that fucking hurts.
And
if you
I
go,
mean,
like,
and getting body shots is not.
Oh, the
pleasant
body
either.
shots. And I learned that very quickly because at my sparring gym, because I'm quite tall, the only guys that are the same height as me are fucking massive, like Islander guys that weigh like literally 120 kilos, which is, what's that, 250 pounds.
Yeah.
And I will jab them, right? I'll hit them directly in the face. They don't flinch. And then one of their jabs hits me and I'm just like, fuck, like, yeah.
Have you like pissed blood or anything after sparring?
Oh, I've had fucked jaw. I've had it just where my nose won't stop bleeding for days after I get hit in the
God.
nose. Yeah. Like it'll start and then it'll stop and then I'll wake up at night and I'm like, oh, my nose. And then I go snorkeling and because of the pressure, I
Oh.
take off my mask and the whole thing is filled with blood. Like 2 days later.
And then the sharks come.
And then exactly.
So, how realistic are the Rocky movies?
Extremely realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
Have you listened
100%.
to that montage? At least once?
I haven't by choice, but my coach insists on playing it.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking.
That's so
And he's like,
funny.
you're going to be world champion. You're going to be world champion. I'm
That's
like,
like half the
no.
neurons in his brain are dedicated to remembering that song has to play while training.
literally.
Did he make
It
you
works
run
a little
after a
bit.
chicken? Did you have to chase a chicken?
No, is that part of Rocky?
That was in Rocky 3, I think, because each of the Rocky movies, there's like a different strategy that he has to like learn, and I think it was in the third one he had to become faster, and so they let like a chicken on the loose, and he had to run and catch it, and that was like his.
Well,
training
I've still got time. I could
What's
implement
your
this into my
strategy?
training.
What's your like the one thing you're doing?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. Well, I've got one thing I do very well.
No,
not
but I'm
gonna
saying, like,
say,
there-
I'm not going to tell.
No, but Alan, like, you don't have to say it, but like what Alan said, you gotta have to have, there's like one unique thing that you're training for, like chasing chickens or something. You know,
Kicking
for,
people in the balls.
for chasing them for speed, I guess.
Kissing my opponent until they love
That
me.
was going to be my thing. My thing was to during
his
the
opponent
match,
so they
I'm
love.
planning to hit on odd ones out, so he gets really confused and mixed messages. Just be really creepy, like touch his elbows, stroke his face,
Like when that thing where like the boxers are like leaning on each other, you just start kissing his neck.
just. Mwah.
Just real tender kisses.
What if you do a video on do the strategies from Rocky actually work?
That's very funny. Chasing chickens.
What are the other
Is
strats?
that too old of a reference? I've
I don't
actually never
actually
seen
know.
He
You've never
carries
seen
a
any
lot-
of the,
he
I've
ca-
seen every Rocky movie and the Creed movies now. Like the
So,
spin-off.
so Alan, what are the other strategies that Alex can incorporate into his training?
Tell me, Alan.
So the first movie was just Rocky was like washed up. He was like 30 years old, and so he was just like trying to like get into shape. Somehow that never became an issue again, even though he only got older over time. It's only in the first movie where they're like, "You're 30 years old, you can't do this." And he's like,
Yeah, but he
52 in the
established
last one,
himself.
or
He
55.
established himself.
Right. So then in the second movie, it doesn't make any sense. He goes with this strategy of because he's a southpaw, right? And so in the second movie, like his trick is he learns to fight right-handed, and
Yep.
he was going to switch like halfway through the match to really mess up Apollo Creed in their rematch. But then like during the match, he's like, "No tricks. I don't want any tricks," and so he fights the whole thing right-handed, which I don't really know what.
Well,
the
it's
point of that
interesting you should mention that because I was trying to find out how Odd Ones Out fights. And you can see there's videos of him animating. And when he animates, he actually does it with his left hand, right? But then when I found out from the organizers that he fights orthodox, So that means that he knows how to use his left hand as well. So he's probably
doing Rocky 2.
He's doing Rocky 2. He's watched that and he's going to be like, oh.
He's gonna switch it up on you.
He's going to
halfway
switch it up
through.
on me.
He's doing a Rocky 2. Rocky 3, I think, was the speed one. He gets like
chicken.
real lean and he gets really fast. Rocky 4, which one's Rocky 4? That was the Russia one, right? Where he like goes and fights in Russia.
You're saying right as though any of us have any clue.
Yeah, I have no
I don't
idea.
think there wasn't a strategy in that one. He just trained like in the Russian wilderness and
I mean,
somehow.
that's-
Alan,
became,
you
like,
should be doing this boxing.
That's a strategy.
Yes, with
Should be
all
you
my
in
Rocky
here.
strategies.
Alan can fight you. Alan, how tall are you? You're taller than me.
I'm 6'2", and right now I'm like 200 pounds. So actually, yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, you and me
Like-
can fight.
I could spar with Alex and just get my fucking face caved in. Like, I'm sweating just sitting here talking about Rocky. It's like hot here right now. I like didn't turn my AC down enough. So I'm like, talking about, oh yeah. So in Rocky 5, it's more of a street fight.
Rocky could chase my chicken.
Oh wait, Alex. So who's gonna win each fight?
Okay, so the title fight is iDubbbz versus Dr. Mike, who Dr. Mike apparently has been fighting for 10
Yep.
years. Ian has been fighting for about a year.
And I think it's
So
going to be
Ian-
close. I don't think there's going to be a knockout, but I reckon it will be. I reckon Dr. Mike will probably take it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would be more surprised if Ian won, I think. But I also would not bet against
No,
Ian.
no.
Like, Ian, I think, has probably trained more than Dr. Mike has trained. Like, I don't know exactly what Dr. Mike's training regimen, but I would say, like, I bet you Ian has trained more in this, like, 6 months than Dr. Mike has trained in, like, the past
Yeah,
year.
100%. You can get a
That's
lot
Rocky 1.
done. Like, you can very quickly change from a complete novice to someone that knows how to not get hit, which was quite like a revolution for me. I was like, oh, you know, I can do this and do this.
I don't have to.
I don't
take
have to
that.
get hit in the head.
How many of those did it take?
No, I'm not saying a number. I just don't want to quantify it for myself and
Yeah.
put it out there. You know, I don't want to. I just don't want to think about
It's like
it.
how many hours I've played Call of Duty.
Yeah, you don't want to know that.
I don't want to know.
But Dr. Mike, what do you think of Michael Reeves versus Graham Stephan?
I think that is honestly why Creator Clash is so great, because I have no idea. Michael's got some like goblins.
He does.
We used to work out, and he's like a lot stronger than you think he would be. Like, you think that he'd sort of be this fat little, you know, marshmallow, but he's actually like a full-sized man condensed into a little
Oh,
poly-sized
God.
man.
Like a Bruce Lee kind of a thing.
Yes, like
That's
very
it.
just dense.
If he embraces his inner goblin, he will 100% win this. Just goes full goblin mode
so, too.
and just overpowers in round one.
What if he just gets out? He's like goblin mode.
Just starts shrieking.
That would be amazing. But,
If he did that and he lost, I think that would.
oh, this would be great. Still on brand.
I find it just interesting that Michael's even in this fight.
I feel like the bet I'd be confident taking is like, is he even gonna actually get into the arena to drop out like he did before?
No, but even Graham Stephan, it's like it just doesn't. It seems like in my mind, two people who wouldn't join a boxing match.
Yeah.
Here, I'll tell you what it is. I'm confident. I know why everybody else is doing this. They just like they need something in their lives that's completely
Yeah.
different than what they've
Yeah,
been doing.
that's why I did it as well. I was like, it's just so weird to do. Like,
Yeah.
get.
Like Alex Ernst.
Yeah, I was also
like,
surprised to see him there too.
Is he on this list? Or did
Yeah,
I see
he's
it?
still
I've seen
he's
it.
still on there. He's fighting Ryan from Super Mega.
Yeah, so he, I told Ian, I was like, you should ask Alex. Because Alex is one of those people who's sort of just been like, trying to figure out what to do. You know, he's kind of been doing YouTube, he had some success doing it, but he just was sort of just like in this rut, and I'm like, he wants to get in shape. Like, he constantly talks about like getting in shape. And I'm like, this 100%, Alex is the kind of guy who's crazy enough to just say yes to something. And he's doing it. And he did it, and I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure that's why I would have done it if I did it. Is just to do something completely different and to get into better shape. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not in bad shape, but I'm not in shape. Like, I'm just
Plays
guy who
COD a lot
sits in a chair.
and drinks Red Bull.
And so I feel like I can kind of understand the angle that like Michael would take or Graham Stephan would take and just be like, all right, let's do something completely hilariously different.
Do you know how seriously Alex has been like taking it? He's been training like a lot.
Yeah, he's been training a lot.
Would your money be on Alex Ernst then?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's it.
I would not want to fight Alex.
Yeah. There's a couple I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Alex has that hobgoblin.
There's a lot
You
of
know, like,
goblin.
a lot of goblins.
Yeah, a lot of goblin strength in this fight.
Well, hobgoblin is
Oh,
different.
okay.
I'm talking
Entirely
like
different species.
he's got that like, you know what I'm talking
What's
about?
hobgoblin?
Like that person.
Is that like
who's-
dwarf crossed with goblin? Like thicker?
I think it's
Will
just
doesn't
a
thicker
even
bigger
know.
goblin.
He's
Hobgoblin.
I think hobgoblin is
A
just like a bigger
hobgoblin.
one.
That was my thought. Is it's just like a kind of beefy.
Oh
goblin.
yeah,
Whereas like a regular goblin is
they're
like
cool.
Michael Reeves. Alex is
You know,
like
it says a hobgoblin tends to be more about creating mischief.
That's not. That's,
That's not
That's
what you
not
want.
true.
What do we call? What do we call a big, strong goblin?
An ogre.
An orc.
An orc.
Urkai.
An orc.
Urukai. Sick.
I feel like Alex has just always been that kind of kid where it's like even if he's not in shape, he could probably punch you really hard. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just like a certain body type. Like Alex has that body type of just kind of just big.
I would just be intimidated. Just him sort of like staring me dead in the eye, I'd be very intimidated. I wouldn't even want to like get past that, you know? He's got a look in his eye.
Yeah. But like I haven't really seen what Ryan's doing.
No.
Because so Ryan McGee is one half of Super Mega. Alex Ernst is Alex Ernst, kind of known for Vlog Squad, but now he sort of does his own thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard.
I actually don't
Yeah.
know. I genuinely don't know. I feel like any answer is just guessing.
Yeah, especially it's just so hard with novices. It's just like literally anything could happen.
Here's one that I don't know what to think of. Harley versus Aaron Hansen.
I think just
So Epic Mealtime. Harley came from Epic Mealtime. Aaron comes from Game Grumps and a bunch of old animation stuff. from New
I think that weight just makes such a big difference, and that is the weight class that I think that is the most mismatched. In that Harley's quite a
Yeah.
bit bigger.
Bigger,
Yeah,
yeah.
and when I fought bigger guys, even when I land good shots on them, just because it's it's like a mass thing. If I throw my 90-kilo body at someone that's 120 kilos, it's unfair. And they will do a thing. Their hand doesn't even move that fast. Hits me in the gloves, and I'm like, "What the fuck was that? I just got hit by a cannon." Like,
Right.
and just things in boxing, especially when you're getting close and you're just leaning on each other. Like if you weigh 120 kilos, you are going to drain all of their energy so quickly.
Just by
leaning. Like you're not meant to lean on them, but it happens, And just the kind of psychological things of being in the ring with someone that's that big. I mean, good on Game Grumps for doing that. I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I really respect everybody who's doing this. Like seriously, anyone who sort of sees this anything as like other than just like impressive is a jerk. Like this is some serious like discomfort, like being completely out of your zone, trying something that you probably never thought you would have done in your entire life.
In front of a lot of people as well.
In front of a lot of people. Like it's gonna be hundreds of thousands.
I
of
mean,
people.
and Alex isn't even in his own country.
Like
No, yeah, that's the
Right.
thing. I'm just hoping I get enough time to kind of
Yeah.
acclimatize. That's why I'm arriving 2 weeks before.
it takes about that time
Just
that's
jet
what I'm
lag.
saying.
Yeah, jet lag fucks me for a week usually. Like,
so we've got internet comment etiquette versus DJ Well. I actually don't know anything.
no, neither. I think he's mates with Odd Ones Out.
So, internet comment etiquette. That is Eric. He is known for his I don't know, how would you describe his videos?
It's kind of it's like a bit like reviewy, like kind of.
Kind of like trolling people,
Yeah.
reviewing like social commentary while trolling
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
He's also the Salvia guy who did Salvia and then
With the
stared at
cat?
his windshield.
Wait, is it
When the
he,
cat jumps
Salvia
on the
guy?
windshield of the
That's
car,
Eric.
he's like,
That is Eric.
"That's him."
I did not know
Yeah, go.
Eric was the Salvia guy.
So there's AB from the H3 podcast, and then Hundar. I don't really know. Is Hundar a streamer or something? I don't really know.
No, I don't know who either of.
Cow chop. Oh,
I think Honda's going to win that one just based on how they look.
the pictures are like. He just looks like a.
Yeah.
Then we've got Yodeling
that's
Haley and
exciting.
Just a Minx.
Yeah.
I don't actually know who Yodeling.
No,
Haley
she's a
is.
TikTok girl.
Just a Minx is like a giant.
She's. I feel like you say a giant, but this is just us. She's
like 6 feet.
I don't think she's 6 foot. I think she's like 5'10" or something. She's just like slightly tall for a woman. Like,
I saw there. I watched part of a
Giants.
stream. Oh, 5'9". Okay.
Will's
maybe
just
not.
spreading lies
I don't
and
know.
misinformation.
it's because you watched a stream with Michael Reeves and her.
Hobgoblin. She's like a hobgoblin.
A monstrous woman, 5'9", enormous.
I have honestly, the most respect I have is for these two girls. Like, what a freaking like, completely out of your water. Like, this is uncomfortable for the guys. I can't imagine. how
Yeah,
the
good
girls
on
feel
them.
signing up for this, especially being the only two.
No, it's going to be a fucking hilarious event. And it's going to be nice as well that it's not all like the other ones I've briefly watched. It's like the cringiest people, like the people you just hate, like the TikTok events are just horrible. Like everyone's so egotistical and so fake. And you just, you want them all to get knocked out.
You can't tell, is it real or are they just trying to do what they're seeing on TV?
Yeah.
Shitty job. Ryan and Alex, Matt and Dad. I did a thing in Odd Ones Out.
We already said it's an
Yeah, who do you think is going to win that?
He said it's
Who
already.
do you think is going to win
He's already
that?
said it's an unfair fight. Like Alex.
Odd
is
One Out
definitely
or
losing.
I did a thing?
Oh, I didn't think. Honest opinions. I don't care what you say.
If I had a gun in my hand and they said that they would murder me unless I picked a winner, I think I would go with you.
Yes. You're not just saying that because you know me and you have to say this.
No, I feel like Odd Ones Out is more sort of reserved. Maybe I want to say like more. He's like kind of more of like an introvert, and you're more extroverted. And I kind of feel like maybe I don't know if that matters too much though.
It doesn't. There's when at my gym.
Once you do enough training,
Yeah,
it probably
there's a
is,
kid at my gym who's 15. He's 6 foot and he's an introvert. And then he doesn't really speak much. But as soon as you get in the ring with him, and as soon as like you tap him once and you kind of like wake him up, he's a fucking monster. And you
Oh
just
my
like all you have to do is
so
like
scary.
you have to peel the tape off so he's like, okay, I don't feel bad anymore, and then
yeah, that's what it's literally like. And like this kid's 15 and like the older fighters, like people are like, nah, I don't want to get in the ring with him. Like people are just like,
So he waits for you to hit him, so it's legally self-defense.
yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is. No, I think it's a bit of the adrenaline and like in the reasons you're like, oh, okay, I can hit this person now that they've hit me,
Yes,
you
exactly.
know.
Oh my god.
So yeah, my gut says to vote for Alex, but that also scares me, the fact that I think that way, because that's kind of like a trap.
No, it's not, Will. That's the correct
Wait, why is it a
answer.
trap?
Well, because you you're sort of underestimating.
I just don't know
Yeah,
anything
you know,
about Odd Ones Out. I just don't know any like.
No, neither, honestly. That's the
Yeah.
thing that's like you can't
Like
underestimate
he could show up
people.
and just
Like,
be a monster.
yeah, he could be fucking...
The kids are all the people that watch him. The kids are gonna have a hard time watching him. Rip him in half.
just-
After he squishes
Yeah,
my head, you know,
exactly.
be like,
Oh god. Like
He
the
just
mountain.
turns Alex into a paste.
just goes to prison after this.
What do you think the like day after is gonna be? Because I'm gonna hopefully be there for like the 2 weeks leading up to it, and so I'll be able to get, like kind of live that pre-boxing experience with you guys. But I'm curious, what's sort of the worst spar you've had, and what, like 5 days? Like the next day you're basically just bedridden, like.
That was my like training process, was like as soon as I got a coach, my coach was like, look, the most important thing is like fuck hitting a bag, is you need to get in there with someone and just start
You
sparring.
need to start getting your
And
ass
ass kicked and just learn, like, because your first instinct is fear, like you run away to get over that. But so I was doing normal sparring for 6 months, and then only recently in the last month I've done like proper like hard sparring, 5 rounds, 2 minutes, which is what it's going to be. And when I
So what's the difference? What's the difference between like beginner sparring and like hard sparring? Is it sort of closer to like an actual match?
It's close to the match, but it's just the intensity of how hard you're going. Because obviously when you're punching, you can choose to like tap someone, or you can choose to throw your whole, get your weight behind it and go as fast as you can. And when you're doing that,
So this is more like throwing real punches.
real punches, you're trying to knock, like you're sparring and trying to knock the person out. And that,
So otherwise you're just trying to like get into
Yeah.
them. You're not
Yeah.
actually trying to hit them. And now you're like
now you're trying to actually get your weight behind, throw your punches, and then your brain also, you understand that that person's trying to do the same to you. So the anxiety level in the fight takes a lot out of you, and so it's a completely different fight when you're scared. So if you're scared,
It's like stress.
It's stress.
It's like a stress
It's
fight.
literally like 3 times harder, and it's like 5 rounds of 2 minutes. When you're scared, is like the hardest thing I've ever done. It's like harder than a 90-minute soccer game, like sprinting the entire time.
It's probably just like a consistent adrenaline
It is.
rush. Like you're
Up and
literally, your
down.
body is just like constantly like.
But in
filling
terms
it
of the
up with
next day,
adrenaline.
you
It's like-
get pretty fucked. Like if you get hit a lot in the head, you just feel like you've got a bad hangover. Like, which is probably that's just concussion, isn't it?
No,
Nah,
at this
you're
point, it's probably
good.
better not to know because you're gonna.
You're good.
I mean, you're talking straight, so.
Am I?
Yeah, slurred
Am I?
words yet.
I agreed to come on this podcast, so I'm not talking straight, Will.
Well, talking straight and making bad decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
Issues.
You're gonna start speaking in an English accent
mean-
after it's done. You're not gonna sound Australian anymore. It's
That would
gonna,
be
like-
sick. Apparently that's happened to people, hasn't it? Something traumatic
Has it?
brain injury, and the guy's got like an Irish accent or something. Have you heard of that happening?
Just spontaneous. I've heard like spontaneous accent changing.
How does that work?
Don't know. Maybe there's an Irish part of your brain that gets triggered or something.
Yeah, all the nationalities. They're just different parts of your brain.
The fight is November, May 14th in Tampa,
Yep.
Florida, at the Yinling Center.
Yep.
That's the beer. There is a live stream. We're doing free promotion. Do you want to promote it? Or want me to
Yeah,
promote it? I'll
you
promote
can.
it.
You're a good talker, Will. You can promote it.
It's Ian. It's Ian's thing. You're doing part of it. Honestly, this to me is just going to be as close as it gets to kind of like a VidCon experience. You can get tickets to the stream on thecreatorclash.com or tickets to the event, but I think they might be close to sold out, if not sold out already.
But that's why I want
There's-
some I Did a Thing fans there, because it's going to be all American, so Odd One's out. There are other people that have made their announcements already. They're going to have a lot of fans in there. So
Have you announced it?
I imagine
You're
on Twitter,
making a
my
video.
video should be coming out. Well, by the time this comes out, the video will be out. So yeah.
Alex, you'll have your
Yeah.
biggest fans there. Us.
Yes, my most important fans.
If you don't get the video done before the match, you're going to have someone post it since you'll be comatose.
Yeah, no, I'll just set it on auto post so no one has to do it, just in case.
Scheduled.
It looks like there's basically, this is hilarious. I'm looking at the seats right now. There's nosebleed seats that are like $25, and then there's really expensive floor seats that are like $500 to $1,000. And then the stream is how much is the stream actually?
Stream's a good price. It was like compared to
Yeah,
others.
the stream's really not bad. Was it 25?
I think it was 25.
$25. Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's right now. If you wait till the day of show, it's $35. So, yeah, if you guys have any interest in seeing Alex,
Win.
Yes, win. Definitely
Michael
win.
Reeves, Hobgoblin, and I'm trying to think who people listening.
Definitely
Michael.
iDubbbz, Michael
Definitely
Reeves,
Michael.
me.
Definitely Alex. Yeah, I'm really excited just to be there. I don't really know what to expect otherwise. I'm kind of almost even nervous for you guys. I feel really good about getting like empathetically nervous.
No, I reckon you're gonna get really into it on the night. You're gonna go like full gladiator, like Roman viewer,
Okay.
and just
if
be like,
if I knew more
"Yes."
about boxing, I think I would. Like if I had more boxing experience, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I think I probably would be less nervous. But for me, it almost feels like it's a little bit closer to a fight to the death than it actually is. Like I don't know. Like shit, man. Well, okay, I got a question, Alex. Would you rather get knocked out by Odd Ones Out or shit your pants with a
knocked out 100%, no question.
Yeah, I'd rather be the guy that
Fuck
gets knocked
that.
out.
'Cause
known
imagine
for
if-
it than known for
If you got knocked out, it would go like semi-viral, you know. It would be, but if you shat yourself in the boxing match, that would actually be like random news people would just be talking about it all over the world.
What you need to do, you need to make a bunch of videos like recorded right before the fight of like all the different things that could happen to you that'd be really embarrassing, and say that you're doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah, like
a good
I'm gonna
plan.
get knocked out on purpose. I'm gonna shit my pants on purpose.
And,
I'm gonna do this on
and
purpose.
then you release it afterwards. Like, I knew it. I predicted it.
The bad thing about that question is you can get knocked out and then shit yourself. I'm sure that happens. I'm sure that happens. So, yeah.
So you have to just be on the cusp of death to hold out for the
Yeah.
Right.
for the duration that you're on.
Oh,
the,
you can die in the
ring.
ambulance and then you can shit your
You have to have been punched in the asshole, so it just kind of seals up, you know.
Like you guys are doing a whole weigh-in, and that's probably gonna be filmed and publicized too. I can't like. What is the plan for that? Like you just have to like fake be aggressive.
Yeah, that's the
you
funny
gotta,
thing. It's like
I
when you
don't
see
even
the
know.
people, they're so fucking angry. And originally I was planning to fight Matt Watson was one of the people that was potentially the first fight ups. And I was talking to Matt, I was like, well, when we're doing the weigh-in, why don't we just like look really angry, lean in, and then just start making out. Just properly start making out until someone has to separate us. Like,
And then yeah, you're like, and then you're like,
Wow.
just
And then you
wait
go
until we're
back.
in the
I feel
ring
like if there's
together.
anyone you can get to do that, it probably would be. Matt Watson
Wouldn't it be
would 100%
funny if
do
we
that.
kissed? Wouldn't it be funny if we just made out?
Yeah.
yeah,
Good
it'd be
joke.
funny.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Just wait till the boxing match.
Yeah.
You get something you've never seen before.
they just completely cancel the match. They don't even want to know it's coming.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing.
How dare you?
That's what we're
undersell
doing.
it. I'm very excited.
Alex is gonna be shooting ping pong balls out of his butthole.
Oh, yeah. Straight towards you, Alan. I'll be aiming for you.
Catch it. Catch it.
Catch it with your mouth. All right, well, thanks for coming on,
Yeah, no
Alex. If you
worries.
guys want to see Alex get ripped in half by Odd Ones Out, you can go to thecreatorclash.com and buy in-person tickets if you want to come to Florida or already in Florida, or watch the stream for like $25 if you buy it before. And I know like this whole event is anything overpaying for the event is going to charity. So buy streaming.
Do it.
Watch Alex get.
Alex win. Watch
may
Alex
win.
get win.
Yeah. Win
Get
at
win.
getting
Get
wheeled
win.
into an ambulance.
But at least if I have my thumbs up, I'll be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thumbs up means you haven't shit your pants.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys on Patreon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did you get like an overwhelming amount of people in your Twitch chat asking if we were going to Gaunt's wedding or when Gaunt's wedding was,
Yeah.
as if they're like
They were-
also planning to go?
They were like, you're gonna film it, right? I'm like, no, no.
Sometimes people are like, so this is like a trash taste special, right? Like,
Joe
the day-
fucking rocks in one of like
Yeah.
the fucking film cameras. He's like, yo, what's going on?
GoPro in every corner of the room. Connor's got like a GoPro on his like, fucking forehead, like POV.
Welcome to this episode of Trash Taste. I'm Connor, and I'm with the boys, Joey and Gon.
me.
Hey guys,
How many weeks has it been?
Many.
it has been many
Like a
weeks.
month, I think?
You do not know this, but I've flown back to England and flown back to Japan in the time
Yeah.
since the last, not even the last recording.
And then you got to
but-
go like a week later again.
So why'd you leave us, Gon?
Why did I leave? Basically, I had to do a marriage interview. Now, normally, people do it like a year or something before their wedding, but unfortunately,
I
due
didn't
to
know this.
due to like travel restrictions, I didn't have the opportunity to go back to England to basically do this marriage interview, which is like legally.
Wait,
you
so
have-
fill me in. What do you have to do at a marriage?
okay,
interview?
Can they be
I'll-
like, yeah, you haven't got the job.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get
So
in-
why do you want to get married?
I'll get into why I had to do it, but
Yeah.
legally, like if I wanted to be married in the UK, you need to give something called a notice of marriage, which is basically you're telling the government that you're like planning to get married, and so it brings you to the legal proceedings to allow you to get married. Now,
Right.
So normally you can do that like a year or months before. Unfortunately, due to travel restrictions and like us not being able to travel back to the UK or just it being incredibly difficult, we kind of like put that off. And we put that off and we put that off and we put that off. And then you have to legally give it at least 28 days before you get married. And by the time we gave it, it was like 35 days before we got married. So
Are you still on the guidelines?
yeah, it's still in the guidelines, but it was kind of awkward because I had to leave the boys for just like 2 weeks or something.
Like that
just
kid who finishes the assignment the day before it's due. It's like, I got plenty of time. I got a couple of hours left.
yeah, so I was like looking at the schedule and I'm just like, fuck, we got like trash taste and all this other work stuff that we need to be doing, and I got to give my notice of marriage, otherwise I can't legally get married. And
Yeah.
I've put this off for as long as possible, but it just makes it a bit awkward because otherwise I would have traveled back to the UK a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because now I'm back just for literally like about 8 days just to do like my filming commitments and film all the trash taste episodes we need to film.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to like tweet out that I'm back in Japan because like
It's honestly not worth it, right?
because by the time I tweet it out, I'm going to be tweeting out, okay, I'm back in the UK now.
Yeah.
And so another thing is that this is probably like the most timely trash taste episode you'll ever be able to see. Because we are filming this like 3 days?
3 days.
3 days before it actually airs or something like that. Yeah, so it's like the one time there where we can talk about current topics, and it's the one time where it's just like there isn't really any current topics to talk about.
Before we started, we were like, all right, guys, it's finally time. We can talk about some timely things. And we just sat here for 5 minutes trying to think of a timely subject.
Yeah.
And we couldn't think of anything.
We should just pick something like really irrelevant.
Yeah.
Is that that Will Smith's like?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but yeah, basically this notice of marriage, it was mostly just like, you know, about lawful procedures, just making sure that we can be lawfully married. So like normally they just ask you like normal questions like, oh, I was being asked, you know, spell your fiance's name, you know, what is her name? Hopefully I know her name.
Right,
Ask her-
really? That's a gotcha.
Yeah. No, it's like spell her name and then ask, you know, what is her birthday? You know, I don't actually know what would have happened if I failed, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, like what if I didn't know
You
her
don't
birthday?
really love her, do you?
My last name is a pretty tricky one to spell. It makes no sense. So if someone got it wrong, they wouldn't be like, you got him.
Yeah, because
Like people who have like dyslexia and have
Yeah.
like a Polish like fiance
So it's like a-
with like 17 Z's in it.
Yeah.
It's just like
because I think they want to check that it's not like a sham marriage.
Right, of
you know?
course,
Yeah,
right.
Like you're not
like you're not just
married.
doing it for the visa. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, hopefully you can spell your partner's name, know their birthday. If you don't, now that you know what's going to be asked, you need to know where you're getting married. And,
This will be on the test.
and it is a test because like they separate you, right? They're like, okay, we're just going to be asking some simple questions, whatever.
Yeah.
And like even though I know like it was simple questions, just like being separated, it was kind of like. It kind of felt like being in like an interrogation. Like, why are you here? Why are you getting married? Like, is she your real wife? Is she gonna be your real wife? No, but it was nothing bad like that. It was just like, you know, just basic details you hopefully should know about your future wife and everything like that. And then you will get to the end of the interview, and then they fucking throw you a curveball, right? So here's me asking,
Why are you
know,
gay?
Here's me asking, being asked to spell Sydney's name. What is Sydney's name? What is Sydney's birthday? Where are we getting married? When are we getting married?
Yeah.
What are my parents' names, etc., etc. And then out of nowhere, they just ask you, are you in any way related to Sydney Ann Ponywaz? And I'm just like, what do you mean related? As in like brother, sister, cousin, anything like that? And
I mean, hopefully I'm about to be.
and I just like the fucking Oreo music starts playing in my mind. I'm like, yo, is this person a Gigak fan? And like, it was like, it was so out of left field that I literally just like, and then like, I like let out a laugh. I'm like, and I looked them in the eye and they just looked me like dead ass back, just like, no, this is a
that's
serious
a human.
question. This is a serious question. I'm like, no, I am not related. I'm not brother or sister. I'm not her cousin or anything like that. And
What if they were just like, does this song ring any bells? And it just plays Clara. It's like,
It's like, does this give you any weird feelings?
Yeah, I'm like, they actually said afterwards, like, you'd be surprised how many people say yes.
Really?
I'm like, well, I didn't realize I was getting married in the state of
Yikes.
Alabama here. Like, yeah, apparently it's like, it's surprising how many like first cousins try to get married
Like,
in the UK.
Well, I guess there's a lot of groups that have a tendency to marry within families.
Yeah. Like, do you fail the test if you say yes to that, or do they just like, they're like, okay.
I don't know. It's the incest test, okay? Like, what happens if you fail the incest test? I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
I got positive on the incest test.
You can't legally marry if it's certain closeness, right?
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like-
You can't.
Can you marry first cousins?
I believe in the UK, you definitely can't marry if you're brother or sister. I'm not
Yeah.
sure about first cousins. I don't know. I didn't.
How many degrees of
Luckily,
separation?
I'll never need to worry about that.
Like, how many degrees of separation does it have to be?
I don't know.
No, I'm asking for a friend.
This is like Google. When you Google this, this is when you Google this too much. Google's like, for real? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you nasty, man.
Perfectly legal for first cousins to marry in the UK.
Is it? Is it actually? Okay.
Okay, so if you say yes to that question, then they'll be like, we'll allow it, but
Yeah,
we're
'cause-
just gonna silently judge.
Because they didn't just ask, legally by blood. They were like, we include step siblings as well. I'm just like,
God's
it's
like,
domestic
no.
girlfriend all over again.
God's
It's
like,
true.
please don't get horny. Please don't get horny.
I'm like, I've been training my entire life for this moment.
How did they know what my favorite tags were?
Stands up, knocks the coffee over with his phone.
I'm just nervous, I swear, I'm just nervous.
What do they want? Like, you have 23 and me to like prove it? What are they? If you just say no, they're like,
Yeah.
like, like identical.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because I was wondering because we were like legally we had to legally prepare like most of the documents that we would.
legally brothers. Like, we're legally cousins.
No, so we had to prepare documents, which is all like the standard documents you would think you would need to prepare for like a marriage interview, like your passports, your since we're flying in, your tickets or flying in, your proof of address, all like the standard legal documents. So everything else could be easily proved via our documents. I don't know how you prove like whether you're like incest or not. Like, what if you say yes? Like, what documents would you need to provide?
There's fucking high five. You know, like, nice, dude. Nice. Dude. Me too, dude. I was just asking. I just want to.
That wasn't illegal.
Anyway, you failed the test.
That's just for me.
Like, is there like a fucking incest Tinder or something? I believe that's called
like
Facebook,
it's
isn't
like
it?
the code, yeah.
It's just Facebook, right?
Have you joined any of these Facebook groups? Oh my god.
God.
Is it hard to get the marriage certificate? Like, man, it's kind of just documents. I mean, I guess you've lived in Japan, so maybe getting documents for stuff is like easy mode.
Yeah, it's like it's actually I mean, it's harder to get the documents now that we live outside of Japan, because originally we wanted a church wedding, and the more we looked into it, the harder it was. Mostly because one, I'm not Christian. It's only Sydney. And also, a lot of churches in the UK are very strict about who they allow to get married there, or like the priest. So a lot of the times you need to be like a regular at the church, and if you're not already have attended like when you're a kid or a regular, or your family goes there, then you need to attend for like a month or something, just so the priest knows you. And that just wasn't an option for us, because it's hard enough taking a 2-week holiday away from the boys. You know what I mean? I couldn't just go back to be like, guys, I gotta attend church for like a month. All right,
I gotta see the Lord.
I got to see the Lord. So yeah, unfortunately we couldn't get a church wedding, but that's all fine. We can still. Everything is all ready now legally. We are, we've booked the place.
Nice.
We've booked the registrar.
Excited to go.
I am so excited to go. I'm so excited for you boys to go as well.
All you can eat, right?
Huh?
All you can eat, right? I heard.
Yeah. I won't spoil everything that we have planned
I'll
before the wedding.
My only question, is there food? That's all I need to know.
There is food. But yeah. Aside from like planning my own wedding, I actually also was able to attend a friend's wedding while I was away as well. It was a very, very packed, very, very packed trip for me. I literally attended this wedding, and then the day after, I flew back to Japan to meet the other boys, I guess.
The other boys.
My other spouses, as Sydney says.
My boyfriends.
Yeah, and like it was so surreal because it was the first mate's wedding I've been to, and it was so surreal because a lot of weddings now have been delayed to this year. Because obviously with COVID and everything, that includes me. So this year is just fucking packed for weddings. Like I think you're
going to 3.
You're going to 3 weddings this year, aren't you?
I'm going to yours.
Yeah.
I'm going to my friends in Ireland, and then I'm going to my cousins in Japan.
Yeah.
And all of them were supposed to happen like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's just all this year.
Yeah. So a lot of weddings have been postponed to this year. So I basically just got I basically got to see what a wedding is going to be like, and like, you know, seeing my mate get married and everything, and seeing everything from the audience perspective before I standing up there myself.
You did the beta test.
I did the beta test, right?
All right, this looks pretty good. I think we can go full launch soon.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, man, I was fucking nervous as fuck. Holy shit. Like it was
someone else's wedding?
Yeah, someone else's wedding, right? Right? Because like I've known this guy for like almost as long as I've known Sydney, right? So I remember just being in the audience and seeing him stand up there and waiting for the bride to come out. Just seeing him try to keep it together just like made me like think, fuck, man, like I'm feeling your nerves right now because I know everything he's like going through, and I'm just like, this is gonna be me in a month. I thought to myself, fuck, if I'm this nervous in the crowd, how am I going to be when I'm up there? Like when I'm up there
God
standing
just like
where
passes out.
There's got to be an element of stage fright, right? Because you just have to like do something in front of all your friends.
It was actually so funny though, because it was like we were waiting in the venue where all the family was, and the groom was up there on stage with the wedding party and everything. And, you know, we had like this beautiful harp playing, and everyone was like silent. And then there was just like this small pause, right, as the harpist was like changing to the next song. The bride was already like, I believe 5 to 10 minutes after the ceremony had already been scheduled to happen. So, you know, we weren't nervous, but it was just like tense. You know, you could like cut the tension with a knife. Everyone wasn't talking, and then there was this brief silence, and then out of nowhere, because Sydney was like one of the bridesmaids, right? Out of nowhere, we just hear in the corner like someone going, "Yes, girl, yes!"
Oh my god.
and that just like and that just everyone just like started laughing. Like the tension was gone for tension was just like instantly gone.
Give whoever said that a medal. Like,
but no, it was it's weird attending a mate's wedding. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how you guys react as well. Because for me, like I was just after it was over, it's just such a nice feeling. It was like the most like every cliche you could imagine, but it's like cliche in a nice way because it's how everyone describes being at a wedding. But like you're just drunk on positive vibes. You know, you're just like you're just so happy for the couple and the future and the bride and the groom, and just seeing them tie the knot and just seeing them go through all that after you know both of them and after you've seen them like, you know, build up their relationship. It's just such a weird moment to see, just to see everything culminate into this one awesome moment, and it's just awesome.
It's
to
just
be
so wholesome.
It's so wholesome.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm still like glowing from like the positive vibes from that event. I'm just like, damn man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm hyped. I'm very hyped for it. Interesting, because it's like my friends in Japan and my friends in the UK are going to see each other. Yeah. So it's the same thing for you. It's going to be strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking to Connor earlier where, you know, mostly it's like, for a lot of people, it's just going to be our Japan lots and our UK friends meeting for the first time. And Connor's the only one who is kind of like got go a hand
bridging between.
bridging
I
between
know,
both.
like, everyone,
you know,
pretty
he
sure.
knows
Yeah.
everyone basically.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Because normally when your friends groups live in other countries, they don't normally interact with each other.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. Actually, one of the funnest parts of the wedding planning, because we've been doing like a lot of wedding planning. Some of it, some of it's stressful, some of it not. But like by far the most funnest points is I get to choose who sits next to each other in.
Oh man. Puzzle level
Just
difficulty.
segregating all the Japanese like people to
10
one
out of
side.
10 difficulty level puzzle.
Yeah, so a lot of like some wedding parties, they do like a soft segregation between their. It is what it
A
feels
bit of
like.
discrimination is always necessary, you know.
It's not discrimination, it's soft segregation.
That's what we're calling it. That's what we're calling it, right? Because sometimes you go to a wedding, you can clearly see, that's the family table. That's, the one friend group table. That's the other friend group table.
Yeah.
And
Because you always have people you have to invite, right? Who you're like,
Yeah.
I have to invite them, but I know
Yeah.
they're gonna cause problems
Yeah.
if I put them near other people.
So we decided to do something a little different without spoiling who sits next to who. We had a fun time being like, who would get along with who, while not knowing each other too well. So we had to think about what kind of personalities would get on. So we didn't sit people next to each other who they might be so familiar with, not too far away from just being completely strangers. But it was a fun time, just kind of like pairing people up and pairing like friendship groups up, and just seeing like the absolute state of some of the tables that we have planned, because we've basically just put all of like the fucking big characters on one table.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun just to see if you guys get along well with each other, because it's like, as you said, it's like two friendship groups kind of merging, because I don't actually have so much family coming to my wedding. It's actually like a small wedding in comparison to other weddings I've been to. Like, I don't know, what do you guys count as a small wedding?
I don't know. Most of the weddings I've been to have been very much dominated by family.
Yeah.
Ours is like 80% mates.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah. So like, yeah, because like I know like every small weddings or medium-sized wedding is like different depending on like whatever culture you're from.
Yeah.
Like 100 people is like, I'd say like a medium-sized wedding. That's medium. 100 people is like tiny compared to an Indian wedding.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy who like went to an Indian wedding, and they had like 1,000 people going or something.
That's a concert.
Like Indian weddings are basically what happened if you actually go on your Facebook group and you invite everyone in your friend group.
And everyone said yes.
Yeah, and everyone said yes,
And then
right?
they all get to bring a +1.
yeah, right. Like I know, like part of the reason, so we're actually, part of the reason, because we do have a massive family, but we didn't want a massive wedding, because that's just like such a headache. So we're just like, we're gonna have the main wedding in the UK, and then we'll bring the wedding to the family. We'll go on tour. You know what I mean? we'll go on tour. So.
The wedding tour.
So yeah, we're having like a different kind of reception kind of thing for like our family in the US and Thailand, like way after.
That'd be nice though.
Yeah, way
Can't
after
hit
our other
enough the
wedding.
globe, dude.
Sorry?
Can't hit enough all the spots.
Mr. Worldwide. It's going on
Worldwide,
tour.
dude.
Wedding on tour.
Has to let the world know.
you only had one wedding? Cringe, dude. Cringe.
Yeah, because like I don't know, like I want to be able to talk to everyone at my wedding and share like the positive
Right, of
vibes.
course.
But when you get over to like 100 or 150 people, which
Yeah.
it definitely would have been our wedding if we invited all of the family from like both our sides from abroad. You just like you get to a point where it's our wedding. It's meant to be like our happiest moment, but you don't get time to share it with the people that you want to share it
Right.
with, right? You see everyone talking, but you like most of your interactions are just like, oh, you're having a good time. You have like a 5-minute conversation, and that's it. It's basically just like going to a convention, and going to like a panel or something, because that's the amount of interaction I have with people who line up for a meetup or something.
Yeah.
But I want more of an interaction and more time to like get to vibe with people at my own fucking wedding, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how people handle like massive fucking weddings of like 300, 500, whatever.
Yeah, because I went to my like my friend's wedding, like Japanese guy who I went to university with, and like it's a tradition. I don't know if it's like a full-on tradition, but like usually the tradition is like if you have like a full-time job, like you already have a job.
You invite your colleagues.
You
right?
invite your colleagues and you invite your bosses.
Oh yeah, the boss has to come as
The
well.
boss has to go as well. So
yeah.
like I went to it and you know, there was soft segregation happening and like I was on the table of like mates who I went to school with, you know, table.
Yeah.
But we realized that was one table out of like 40 tables that were there. Because there was probably like 400 people at this wedding.
Yeah.
All work colleagues, like all bosses and like all family. And there was just like me and like 3 schoolmates who were just being like, yeah, so how you been? It's been a while. I don't know any of these other people, but good wedding, yeah.
Did you have to like line up to give your blessing? Because I've been to some weddings where we have to do that. Like,
Yeah. Like you have
Line
to
up to give your blessing. What's that?
Yeah, because there is so many people at the wedding, right? And the bride and groom only have so much time at this
Everyone
wedding.
takes turn lining up. Say
Yeah,
hi.
yeah. Like I went to a Thai wedding where we literally had to line up to be like,
Yeah.
congratulations, guys. And they had like this stage where like they sat on like a fucking sofa or whatever.
I've only been to like white people weddings, so I don't.
I literally had to line up to like shake my mate's hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Just because
That's
there
so
was like
wild.
you know after the reception and everything and you know during like you know food and stuff like that and they're kind of like walking around and stuff you know
Yeah.
saying hello to
cool.
everyone
Yeah.
like
It's
yeah
a good system though.
yeah I mean it's a good system but it was also weird just like lining up next to like a bunch of salarymen to be like oh yeah I'm just here to shake my mate's hand you know
Efficient. I like it. I like the efficiency of it.
Yeah.
all. Oh, you didn't see me at the wedding? Shut up. We got 5 minutes and a handshake. Fuck off.
it's like an idol like handshake
it is, right?
It's like how many of my albums did you buy
Yeah, I bought 10 of your CDs, you know.
You're just in the like wedding like.
Asian weddings as well when you're lining up. Sometimes you haven't even slipped some money to like pass it.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Asian.
well like a
Asian-
back alley deal
I don't know if this feels correct in saying, but it just feels like the supreme store of weddings, like Asian weddings are. It's like how much can you flex? It's just everyone brings their like supreme out. Everyone's like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah,
it's like,
of course,
"All right, look
yeah.
at this spread, dude. Way more food than you'd ever need.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bring everyone you know. Why? Just so I can have the capacity bigger on Facebook. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much,
Because it's like a lot of Asian weddings I've been to. It's like a statement. You know what I mean? It's like a.
it's about
flex.
sending a message
It is literally about sending a
Is it
message.
trying to tell people like how successful you are, or is like what's the?
I think it's more so about like look at how like happy we are and look at and like this is like the physical representation of how like
Yeah.
you know happy and like
Yeah.
well off we are for being happy and,
Yeah,
you
because
know.
like the amount of wedding politics that go into an Asian, it is a thing. It is
Oh,
a thing,
yeah,
right? Because it's not even about inviting your immediate friends and family. You got like your parents' immediate like friends and family and people you grew up with and everything like that. There's like, if you are not invited to an Asian wedding, you're fucked up in some way. You know what I mean?
This legit sounds like the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones. It's like,
it is.
You failed to invite me to the wedding. Thus, you have betrayed my clan.
It
you will
is.
die now. You have insulted the house of Manitipo. You will not be forgiven for this.
Which is like I didn't want like that side just like involved in my
Sound
wedding
like a
at all.
peace envoy. Yeah. Fear not. There is another. The scroll comes down.
Gotta appease like the family. You know? Fear not, we are bringing the wedding to you.
burst open the doors.
This is some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like like every Asian wedding I've been to is like the most extra thing I've ever seen in the world. And like it's unfortunate that it's also extrapolated by the fact that every Asian family I know is fucking massive. It's
Yeah.
absolutely massive. You have to
Especially
invite,
Southeast Asian
especially.
families.
Oh my god! If I had my wedding in Thailand, I have to invite all my cousins and all like my
Cousins,
the
colleagues.
entirety
my
of
cousins'
Bangkok,
colleagues.
essentially. The entire population of Bangkok at Khan's wedding.
So yeah, like that's like I definitely would not have been able to plan that along with just being outside the country. So I was like, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna have a small, manageable wedding, and just enjoy it, right? And just enjoy the wedding.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. I'm
You got-
excited for it, man.
Did you get like an overwhelming amount of people in your Twitch chat asking if we were going to Gaunt's wedding or when Gaunt's wedding was,
Yeah.
as if they're like
They were-
also planning to go.
They were like, you're gonna film it, right? I'm like, no, no. What?
I got that so many times. People are like, so this is like a trash taste special, right? Like, it's like the wedding special. It's like, no. It's so, could you imagine if I just like rocked up with a fucking camera and being like, all right, so challenge
Joe
for the day.
fucking rocks in one of like the fucking film cameras. He's like, yo, what's going on?
We've got like fucking 10 different video crews just like filming every angle of this wedding.
GoPro on every corner of the room.
Connor's got like a GoPro on his like, fucking forehead, like POV.
made 4 out of 5 tier list review of all the free drinks.
Yeah, I mean,
my
like,
God.
it was actually like I barely took any pictures at the wedding I attended, like because I just felt like, we have some pictures, but it was more pictures to share in between our mates, and we'll probably share.
Yeah.
Me and Sin will probably
You
share
got like a wedding
few pictures.
photographer, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much we're gonna share to social media yet. I don't know yet. It's kind of I'll decide.
Grant will be wearing a suit, and Sydney will be wearing a dress. That's
Yes.
kind of spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah.
And everyone will be
Yeah.
nice.
I don't know,
Dressed.
what's
That's
not
about
going to
it.
be any different just because we're YouTubers. We're not like, whoa, wacky. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's going to be a wedding. I assume.
It's just like a gold play button in the middle, right?
That'd be it, dude.
Yeah.
Susan comes down, dude. Grant, dude. Really happy with Trash Taste, dude. Really happy for you.
Susan comes and gives a blessing. we say our vows in
It's
front of
just
Susan.
one get out of demonetization free card.
Yeah.
I'll take
It's
that.
like just this once.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there have been like other YouTubers who have very much documented their wedding, and everyone's different in terms of choosing how much they wish to share. It's entirely up to everyone, but you have to understand that everyone's a bit different in terms of how much they choose to share, because it is a very private event.
Yeah, you gotta respect the privacy.
It's a wedding. So the way I see about it is that I've only going to get like one wedding in my life. So how much of this do I want to share with the world? How much of this do I want to keep between myself and my close mates and family? I don't know yet. I'll think about it and we'll decide. Yeah, because like the one,
You one wedding card. You can't.
like because like you always have to battle the thought of like that whatever you post, it's gonna get like the most engagement that
of course.
that you're ever going to get.
Of
And you're like,
course.
if I post a video of this, I know it's gonna get fucking like 2-3 million views, man. Easy. And that's free content, I don't even have to. I'm gonna do it anyway. That's just free content.
It's like, honey, I know this is like a really like personal thing, but that click right through that, like
What's up, guys? I'm at the altar with the boys. I'm just saying my vows.
7 mid rolls on that shit. My God.
Before we jump into that, I'm not sponsored. Might be a good place to actually put it. I don't know.
Bro, imagine if we like fucking live stream that. Imagine the fucking super chats, man.
IRL.
Like VTubers could dream of getting the super chats when
my
we go to the
God.
wedding, man.
Please, Gaunt will not say his vows until we get at least $2 grand. Right, we are not moving from this spot.
Yeah, you excited to go? You guys excited to go to England though? Because
Yeah.
it's going to be your second time in England, right?
Second
First one
time.
didn't count.
First one doesn't count.
Wait, what do you mean?
You barely saw anything.
Yeah, you were there for like how long? Like
I don't even remember. Like 5 days, I think. Not even a week, I don't think.
Take 2 good Weatherspoons this time.
Yeah, you took me to
Shit one.
arguably one of the shittiest
That was
ones.
probably the shittest Weatherspoons.
Yeah.
yeah.
Take a good one.
You
So
still
we'll
haven't taken me to the fucking you still haven't given me like a Tesco meal deal or anything
Oh,
like
we'll
that.
do that too. I thought maybe should I do like a tier list video? Probably shouldn't say that on camera because then people will now expect it. I
Yeah.
want to do like a meal deal tier list.
A meal deal
Of
tier
like
list.
the optimum thing. Because someone like we spoke about it. Wait, did we speak about it on the episode? No, we did.
Not sure.
Remember. Oh fuck it, I won't speak about it. Fuck, what am I going to say?
Meal deal tier list.
I'll do a meal deal. Tier
How many
list.
meal deals are there?
Combinations are endless, Joe.
Really?
Endless.
Damn.
There's quite a lot actually, and depending on which stores you go to, different things. So
Yeah.
it's really.
Yeah.
Is that what the wedding
I
food's
love,
gonna
I
be?
love how like
Just-
Gaunt's like my wedding. I'm like, yo, the meal deal combinations though. Like, it's kind of.
Let me show you about
That's
that.
what's
Yo,
going to be
my-
at Gaunt's wedding, right? Gaunt's like,
my
you
wedding's
can
gonna be
choose
like,
any
dude.
Tesco meal deal you want, baby.
I'll be like,
Everyone else is gonna get like a nice fancy like five-course meal, and on Connor's desk we're just gonna give him a meal deal.
I'll be like,
there you
you're
go,
all
Connor.
clowns. You're all clowns. This is worth £5 retail. I got it for £3.50. Mike fell down, bro. He's like, yo, you get a meal deal? What?
No, I'm excited though, because like, you
So
know.
Greg's as well. Yo, you gotta go Greg's.
What's Greg's again?
Pasties.
Oh, the pasties place. Yeah. I gotta try this. I gotta try these pasties. Well, I mean, like, you know, because we're probably gonna be there for
Pasties.
a little longer now.
Gonna
Like
be
at
long.
least like a week or and a bit.
Yeah.
So like, I'm planning, hopefully, for like Connor to take me to Wales.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do that.
We'll see if we can do that.
I told
Yeah.
my parents. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll see you. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Wales is fun though.
Because otherwise, let's be real, I'm never gonna go to Wales otherwise.
Beautiful place.
It'll be the only chance, right?
Yeah,
It'll be the only
exactly.
chance.
Amazing hiking in
Yeah.
Wales.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
that
because
awesome-
you guys are going to be there and a lot of other people are going to be flying in as well. So
Yeah.
it's going to be like really busy, I
Yeah.
guess, to the days leading up and even the days that you fly in.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm hyped though.
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
Yeah,
Should be
it's,
good.
it's going to be like way more packed than your last trip to England, I think. Because I can't remember. Why did you come to your last trip to England? I can't remember.
Because Aki and I were already in Europe.
Oh, that's
Because
it.
we went
Yeah,
to Con in
yeah.
Finland, and we were just like, let's just go on a Europe tour.
Yeah.
And then the last stop was the UK because we were like, yeah, I've never been to the UK. Weirdly, even though I have like a lot of mates who live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good though. Brighton was cool. I like
Brighton's a cool
I like
city.
Brighton.
We'll have another lads night
Mid-city.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause Kevin's been like fucking messaging me every day about how keen he is for a lads night, and I'm just like, okay,
He's
Kevin.
always keen for a
He's
lads
always
night.
keen for a lad. Kevin, when aren't you keen for a lads night? Let's be honest, Kevin. But yeah, like, I mean, did you get to see a lot of London last time? Because I don't know.
Not really.
No, because he was in Brighton most of the time.
Yeah.
You were in Brighton most of the time, and I don't know if you showed him any of London at all.
London's hard to.
You took us to like a bunch of like the. Well, because like Aki's parents were there as well, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of like took us to like all of the the touristy places,
Yeah.
I guess.
Luckily, London is really convenient for tourist stuff, where they like put everything really close together.
Yeah.
So you can smash it all out in a day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. With London, it's kind of hard if you don't drink.
The only place I remember was you took us to like the Harry Potter place, the King's Cross, whatever it is.
Yeah, the platform 9 through 4.
Yeah.
It's so weird taking people to King's Cross because I just see it as like a train station.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Because
is.
it like, I think how people imagine it is just like going to the Harry Potter land in like Universal Studios or something, right? Where you have fucking Diagon Alley. They serve you like the, whatever like the beer is there.
The butter
beer, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like one like
Car
one
on the
like
wall.
half cut out train trolley and a shop. And then the
Yeah.
rest of it is just a fucking normal station.
Pretty
Yeah.
busy though.
It is
It's
really
always
busy.
busy.
Yeah, it's always busy.
Luckily, they put it out of the way of the station, so if you're going to get a train, you don't actually go near it.
Yeah.
But there's a pub behind it that sometimes, I don't know why I've been to it, but it's kind of annoying to, you're going to get
Is it Harry Potter themed
mild
at all? or
inconvenience. The pub.
just
No,
a
it's a
regular
normal pub.
No, it's just a normal pub.
Very normal pub.
Yeah.
Good pub though. I do miss pubs actually. I can't wait to go to the pub again.
Yeah.
That's all I've been missing. That's it really.
Yeah, I will say England has definitely upped up their bar game since I've been away.
Yeah.
There's a lot more gaming bars and themed bars as
Yeah.
well. Like
anything's better than the gaming bar you guys took me to.
yeah.
I went to
Gaming
a
bar.
better one when I was back last time, and it was good. It's just again really expensive. Like,
Yeah,
really,
I mean,
really expensive.
That's the price you pay. Like I guess, like literally, that's the price you pay for like the
we live
for
in a
like
society.
What a
like-
price to pay.
for like the upscale of just themed bars and everything like that. Because I know we've complained about it before in Trash Taste, and I remember
Yeah.
this time we also celebrated a birthday as well, and we Sydney's maid of honor. I say maid of honor because her maid of honor is actually a guy. He booked her this very weird, like not weird, but it was a themed bar where it was basically like a cowboy themed bar, but it's not just like a theme bar. It was a whole like experience. Like it feels like I'm undermining it, just calling it a themed bar. So you know, you go in, and it's it's like you just woke up in the South, Southern America during like the deep, like when was like the cowboy fucking years? I don't remember.
1800s?
Like
Yeah,
1800s? Yeah, I don't know.
know.
Basically Westworld. That's It's basically Westworld. Everyone's talking in a southern accent, and like they have this. You basically, it's like bring your own booze, right? And what they do is they take your booze, whatever you choose to bring, and then they will make whatever drinks is suitable with all of the booze that you bring. So you don't even buy alcohol there. You get served alcohol there based on what you bring, and you get taken in. And everyone's like a cowboy, and then suddenly like a sheriff walks in, and then there's this whole fucking storyline that's going on. It's like
get drunk.
Yeah. They serve you like fucking moonshine down like a back alley and all this stuff, and it's this entire experience, entire storyline that you get put into. That is basically just a bar experience.
It sounds like a Universal Studios ride.
It kind of is. Except
they serve you booze.
Except with a lot of alcohol. Oh my god! I got like because
awesome.
Because you bring your own booze there, and there's no like limit, or there's no like regulation for what you have to bring there.
Yeah.
You mix a lot of fucking drinks there. So you end up getting very drunk, and then you wake up and you're just seeing a bunch of fucking cowboys like go at each other, and you're like, where the fuck am I? I'm in the middle of London right now. It's so fucking weird. I got to tell you guys that.
It just sounds
so
like a
strange.
challenge, like to like bring all your own booze, right? And then it's just what if? Yeah, I guarantee there's been instances where just someone just brings in like bottles of just like nothing but hard liquor.
Yeah.
Just puts it on the thing, just be like, make it.
Just vodka. Make it.
What you gonna do?
So yeah, there is like a lot more choice now in terms of like just interesting bar experiences. It's definitely like leveled up.
Yeah, London seems to be changing a lot.
It is changing a lot. Brighton's changing a lot as well. God, like I hardly even recognize the city I grew up in anymore, just because it's become like this hip modern place, and then like it's gotten to the point where you go to some American bars and like, or some bars abroad, and you just think, yeah, man, every bar needs its thing. It's thing. So I went to this like I was just like perusing Brighton, and then there was just this bar with a zip liner on it, or a zip line on it. I'm just like, that's the weirdest gimmick I've ever seen, but fuck, I want to go on it, man.
Wait, a zip liner going out of the bar, or a zip liner going into the bar?
A zip line going out of the bar. So basically, there is a bar, which just shows in the UK, any gimmick can work if there's a bar next to it. So I think what happened, right, is they built this zip line on like the seafront, and so there's a zip line, so you can climb up and you can zip line down, and
Sounds like a dangerous combination with alcohol.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can see the beach and everything, and then on the bottom of the zip line, there's just a bar. So it's just now the bar with the zip line on it.
So people literally just zip line into the seat of the bar, just like
No.
bar, please.
You start off in the bar, and you can
Right.
buy tickets to go on the zip line and just zip line down to like the opposite side of like the beach or something like
Jesus.
that. And that's the bar. That's just the bar.
To be fair, I would probably go on that.
Yeah, right.
Like, I would
right.
probably do that. That
Right,
sounds really
right.
fun.
Just shows like if it in the UK, if you want to come up with a concept for a bar, just come up with a wacky concept. Doesn't matter what it is.
Go-karts.
Yeah.
With alcohol.
Just put
They serve
some
you while you're on the go-kart. Yeah.
just put some activity and alcohol, and British people will come to it.
Yeah,
And
that's fairly accurate, I'd say. That's pretty spot on.
yeah. So I'm excited for you to come back. I'm excited for you to guys to come back to London this time because there is a lot more to do now. So
That's good.
I'm sure we can plan out a lot more fun things for you to do, Joey.
Hell yeah.
I can't remember what I showed you last time. I took you to Devil's Dyke, which is
Oh yeah, which is still one of the most questionably named places I've ever been to. It's basically just a hill.
It's just a hill.
It's a really nice hill. That's about it. I was just laughing the entire way when I found out what it was called, and I was like, they really didn't think that one
English
through.
is a funny language.
Yeah.
English is a very funny language.
That was a nice place.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
That's about it. I can't remember because you didn't stay in the UK for that long.
No,
I don't remember.
I mean, we also like drank at like Brighton Beach and stuff like that. But other than that, that's about it.
What have you been up to, Joey, since has been gone?
A lot of stuff I can't talk about yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I hung out with Nano the other day.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Like she wanted to hang out, and we went to karaoke. And apparently, she hasn't gone to karaoke in like 15 years.
What?
Well, that's her life.
Yeah,
right?
because like she sings for a job.
She goes.
right?
That's like she's just.
I mean, it's
just
just
going-
it's like unavoidable.
Yeah, right.
She just goes to karaoke on stage and in the studio, right?
And then she sang, and then we got like, you know, we sang a bunch of songs, and then I was like, can you sing one of your songs? Just jokingly.
yeah.
Because, you know, she has her songs on karaoke.
Right,
so it's
right.
like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to seize that opportunity.
Of course,
right?
of course.
And she's like, I've never sung my own songs at karaoke before. And so I thought that was going to be like a no. Right?
Yeah.
That was like a nice way of her saying no. She then proceeds to put in like literally every song.
You're like, oh, I got a concert.
Yeah,
maybe-
I basically just got a free concert.
Maybe no one asked her before. No one had the goal. She's like, I've been waiting for someone to ask me this my entire life, Joey.
The audacity of this guy to ask. No, but she was really fucking cool, and like we got to hang out, and like we're gonna hang out a lot more.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've just been like, every day I've just been like hanging out with someone different.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
just-
always fun.
Yeah,
man.
just
Nice.
going out and it's been good. It's being sociable again. And, you know, after the pandemic has been really nice.
Yeah, right. No
Yeah.
kidding.
Have you had a chance to hang out with Aki a lot? Because there's a lot of things we can't talk about, but one thing I will say is that Joey didn't get to see a lot of Aki last month.
No, I think
Like,
I saw
not at
her for
all.
like a week, maybe. So she was like, you know, let's hang out a little more. And I was like, we should probably do that. I did though. I did. We hung out a lot. Like we go like kind of like once a week dates, just to like, you know, nearby places and just like
Yeah,
hang out
yeah.
and stuff. And it's really good.
yeah?
I've discovered like a lot of Tokyo in this past week, I think.
Really?
Just because I've been going out to like all sorts of different places with all sorts of
Right.
different people. So it's like, you know, there's like, I was in Shibuya just yesterday for my friend Luke's birthday. And like, we went to like all these new places like I'd never been before. Like we were in like areas of Shibuya where I was like, oh, this
Shibuya's
this
huge.
exists.
Yeah, it's got really cool bars.
And it's just so weird that like Tokyo is just one of those places where it's like, everything is just so like tight knit and like kind of
Yeah.
hidden that there are just entire areas of cities you've probably never seen
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, this place exists and this is kind of cool. Yeah.
My Google Maps is fucked because I've saved so many restaurants and bars I like.
Yeah.
I like none of them mean anything now because I don't know which one is which.
Like you literally have to fucking
Yeah,
like,
when I'm trying to remember a
binge
bar,
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no search function. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it was this area, and I'm just checking all my hearts in that area.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, great, it's none of the fucking these. Great,
Yeah.
I'm fucked. And there's no way to categorize.
I've actually started doing that now because I didn't do that before, but
Mm.
because when you go to so many different places and you're trying to recall that one place in Tokyo,
Right.
it's like the hardest fucking city because like in most other cities you can be like, what is this bar? And you like type in the description of the bar. You're like, great, there's only one bar in this area.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes away. You type in like the vague description in like Tokyo and like 7 different bars pop up. And you're like, it was one of these, I think. I don't even know if I'm describing it right,
Yeah.
you know?
It's great because like, you know, like when Emily and Dad just moved here, it's like, all right, what food do you want? I have a thing for that.
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of bar vibe do you want? All right, I've got like 3 of each kind.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in this area. Okay, we'll go to this one. I have the thing. Like I've saved like everything, so I've got every kind of restaurant, every kind of vibe you'd want.
Yeah.
So I've got a bunch. So it's fantastic.
But like it's become so extensive now that you're just like, okay, so you're going for a specific vibe,
Yeah.
specific
Yeah.
food. I know like 8 places.
Yeah. And
Which
then
one of these 8 places do you want?
Yeah, then it's like, all right, how expensive do you want? Okay,
Yeah,
all right, okay,
yeah.
but now do you want to be like 5-minute walk from the station, 10-minute walk from the station? Okay, we're gonna go to this bar afterwards. Though. Is that okay with you? Or,
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, all right, okay. But then I'm still
It's a
trying to find more
9-minute
as well.
plan.
Yeah.
So many places. I'll never get to see them all.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, like even just like in Shibuya, like there's just so many places
Yeah.
to just eat or drink out that like
Oh,
you
yeah,
could
Shibuya's good
you could
also.
go out every night to like a bar.
Yeah.
Like somewhere different in Shibuya, and it'll probably take you like years.
Yeah, like one thing I definitely noticed going back to the UK for 2 weeks that I did is that I've definitely taken for granted how easy it is to find somewhere to stay out late in Japan.
Yeah.
I've like forgotten about that in the UK because
It's 12 and
yeah,
it's impossible.
Yeah, it hits 12 and like every bar closes, every pub closes. So the only place that's like that you can viably go to basically is a club. And most of the time I don't want to go clubbing. I don't want to go to club. I want to continue the conversation I'm having. So I've definitely gotten used to in Japan, you hit up like the karaoke or there's this one bar that's open till like 4 a.m. or there's so many places open till late. And I've forgotten that in the UK, it hits 12 and you like try to Google where the next place to go to is, and there's nothing. There is just nothing. You just come out blank and you're like, well, fuck, we got to keep this going somehow, right?
Yeah.
And there's just no options available, unfortunately.
UK sucks for that. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Every night at 12, it's like, all right, fuck, we have to really look to find a place.
Yeah.
It's just like someone went to like the power bank. It just went pew, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everything just goes down like an apocalypse.
Well, yeah, like on Sundays, like shops shut at like 4 p.m.
What? Well, like just like supermarkets.
Yeah.
Really?
Or,
Yeah.
or some places just don't even open.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like
I
I
think-
get that don't even open, but like,
It's
what's
like-
the point of like being open for like 5 hours?
I think London has laws of like on Sunday a shop can only remain open for X amount of hours. So they choose like the busiest hours from like 10 to like 4.
Oh, I see.
I can't remember what the exact hours were, but I know at least where I lived in London, it was that rule.
Yeah.
So all the shops shut and opened at the same time on Sundays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause-
it's kind of been like that right now, like with it being Golden Week in Japan.
Yeah.
And like when I was hanging out with Nana, like we were trying to find like a lunch place.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh, it's
either
random, dude.
it's either it's closed during Golden Week,
Right.
or it's got like 200% capacity.
Yeah.
If you come to Japan, try and avoid this period because hotels and flights and everything is like
Oh
doubled.
my god!
Yeah.
I saw like pictures of like Haneda Airport
Oh god.
this
Oh,
week.
God.
It is a nightmare.
Yeah, because it's basically the only week off that most working Japanese people have, like where they have a full week off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all travel, they all go to hotels. So yeah, try and avoid this week if you come to Japan
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's rammed.
It is.
It's the week where every manga chapter takes a week off.
Yeah.
That's how you know. That's
Yeah.
how I remember.
Is that actually that?
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah. Because I was just like, I remember like, I remember growing up and being like, man, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach are taking a break on like the same week. What's going on? I need to know what's happening, man.
That's how manga readers tell the time. They're like, oh, Oda's taking a week off. It must be Golden Week.
Yeah, because it's not only like that bars close as well. Like I forget, konbinis are a thing here. So if you need access to alcohol, if you go around a mate's house, whatever, you've always got the konbini. But like you want to go to a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's or something, you better hope that you plan ahead and you get it before like 11, which
Yeah.
is some places close at 11 and that's like the latest that some places close. It's
Then you
just
get like double the price of the alcohol because you're at a corner store that's shitty and they make all their money from upcharging alcohol.
Yeah.
But even like there are some corner stores you go to, especially in London, where it's open, but they don't serve alcohol past 12. So it's like, well, fuck, man. you literally have no options. So
But I discovered that the other day when I was like coming home late, and it was like last train and stuff, and I was like, oh man, feeling a bit hungry. Like might just like pop over to a McDonald's, just do a quick little Macca's run before I go.
yeah.
And it was like 1 a.m. right, and the
Yeah.
McDonald's is still open. I was like, oh sick, amazing, let's go
Yeah.
in. So I walk in, and the guy's like, Dorinku only.
What?
And I was like, who the fuck is walking into a McDonald's to get a drink?
Yeah, I'll close the sign for you, bro. Let me close
Yeah,
the sign.
like literally, why are you
Shut it
open?
down, dude. Shut it down.
It's like I could just go to a Konbini.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
bro, who's going
Who's going to a McDonald's being like, one Sprite, please?
How
Like,
much money they,
at 1 a.m. as well,
at
right?
1 a.m. Like,
how much money they're making from like the drinks to like Warren staying open only for drinks?
I mean, I thought it was a bit weird being like, oh, okay, it's still open, but there's no one in here right
Yeah.
now.
Sus, dude.
Now I know.
Sus.
You don't know your target audience if you're at 1 a.m. and you're serving drinks only. What the fuck?
like there isn't like a special drink that's only served at McDonald's, you know?
Yeah. Mate, there's only one reason I'm going to McDonald's at 1 a.m. It's to smash a fucking...
Yeah, it's like, give me a fucking burger.
Yeah,
I want to smash a burger.
Smashing a burger or like ordering those 20 nugs, which you would never order except at 1 a.m. at a McDonald's.
Like, I'm not here to smash an orange juice at a McDonald's at 1 a.m. Like, I can do that anyway.
I always get the milk.
Milk.
Yeah, I always get the milk.
I only exclusively drink
I go there for
McDonald's
milk.
milk.
I go there for milk. That's it.
Ronald's milk.
Why'd you go there for milk?
I don't. I used to order it though. It's alright. It's like shit. I don't know why.
How do you fuck up milk?
Ronald's secret sauce.
Ronald's fresh squeeze.
Yeah, I haven't really been up to much either. I've kind of just been working. I went to barbecue a bunch. That was fun. Barbecuing was chill.
Nice.
It was nice. It was raining though.
How's the weather been? Oh, I guess I was going to... Literally, you answered my question as I was processing what I was going to say.
So this place I stayed at, like a place outside where you could still barbecue even if it was raining. 'Cause it was like covered.
Right.
So that was fun. And it was fun. I like barbecue.
It's a good time for barbecuing right now.
Yeah.
It's
the
like
weather was
just warming
nice.
up, yeah.
So that was chill. Got to do that. That was fun. I just smelled of smoke for 3 days. It's fun. And then we had like a bonfire, and then it was very fun because you just keep adding. And we had to chop our own wood as well. That was fun.
Oh,
It's camping vibes again.
Yeah, it was very nice. Because
Did you have like an axe and everything?
it was a hammer, and there was like a thing where you put the log on, and it was like a metal thing like this. and
Oh,
you
nice.
Smack it into it.
Oh, cool.
You could just hear like the dwarf music from Lord of the Rings in my head, just like while I was like smacking away, just like bring me another log.
As you were chopping it, your beard just extends.
Yeah.
I felt like it, dude.
You should put on like one of those like lumberjack.
I should have. I was like, yeah, dude, this is what it's all about.
Yeah,
Like,
you know-
bringing my logs over like this. I'm like, all in the fire we go.
The red and black checkered shirt, you know?
It was so fun. I don't know why chopping wood was so fun.
Your hair just turns red.
I definitely,
like, oh, I'm a ginger now.
definitely am a monkey. Dude. Just like smacking it was fun.
Yeah, dude, it's the best feeling.
So fun.
Like,
yeah.
There's just something primal about that.
Yeah, I just
you
went to
know?
Costco before and bought a bunch of food and barbecued it. And I bought way too much food because it was really hard to eat it all.
I mean, it is Costco, right?
I know.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so much food, but it was so fucking good. It's so delicious. Barbecuing.
Yeah.
I love barbecue.
How long were you there for?
Like 3 days. So pretty
nice.
chill.
Mm,
Pretty chill.
nice,
It was
nice.
nice to relax, get away,
Yeah.
and just chill for a bit before
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to go away again. But it's just because like this next 2-3 weeks are just all work. So, and then going to the UK
Yeah.
with a little bit of work,
Yeah,
weddings
like
and stuff. So.
I'm trying to like pack as much as I can before I fly back to
Right,
the
right,
UK.
right, right.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like I was like, yeah, I can work at home. I have like a dedicated office where I can work and stuff if I need to. But it's just something about being out of Japan. My body's just like, you are in holiday mode now.
Yeah.
You do. Why do
Yeah.
you need to work? People are out. People want to see you.
Like, I'm telling myself, I'll be like, I'll have a bit of time in the UK to like do some stuff. I could probably just like sneak it in. I know though, the moment I get there, I was just like, yeah, so pop.
I want to live stream, but I just feel like I'm going to be stream sniped into oblivion in London. If I'm drinking at a pub. People,
yeah.
That could be fun though.
Trash taste is definitely like, it's definitely changed things for me in the UK in terms of.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, how much were you like recognized in the UK?
Like
Compared to before.
a lot. I don't like the fucking like at this wedding I went to. The bartender was a fan of Trash Taste, right?
No way.
And
That's awesome.
Mates rates. Yeah.
fucking Sydney cajoled him to like giving him like a free drink because she was like, you recognize him but you don't recognize me? How dare you? How dare you?
It's not fucking Sydney's trash tape. What the fuck's she on about?
Managed to get a
She's literally been on the show one time, and she's like, I'm the one who was on Trash
Do you know
Taste
who
as
I
well.
am? I am getting married to him actually.
Oh my god.
So I am basically also Trash Taste.
She was also very intoxicated at this time, as we all were. But yeah, like because Brighton has become like, I guess
the YouTuber city.
the influencer city. Like it's so weird. Like I can't. Like sometimes I'll just be sitting at my local pub, which I won't say, but it is my local pub.
Yeah.
So it is within the vicinity in which I live. And it's very like nerve-wracking whenever like I get recognized there because one, it's weird to go to like the pub that you grew up in and that you always went to. You know, you grew up there, and now you go there, and sometimes the odd person just recognizes you from Trash Taste, and it's always Trash Taste. It's all like, it's all Trash Taste. So sometimes like people recognize me even though I got the mask on when I'm like walking in Brighton. It's super surreal because obviously it's the place I grew up in, and now it's like it's become this really hip, happening influencer city. You know,
basically the LA of UK when it comes to YouTubers.
Right? Yeah, definitely. So there's actually like I think I got recognized more in Brighton per se than I did in London, because London's like a bit more spread out. It's a bit more like it's a bit more dispersed. You know, I do get recognized the odd place in London, but definitely like in Brighton, it's way more concentrated. Like whenever I go to the city centre, it's, you know, and there's normally like 1 or 2 people that recognize me from Trash Taste.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be the same for you guys as well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I blend in really well though.
Can't quite say the same thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because like we haven't really like, you know, since Trash Taste started, we haven't really like had that yet, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like, you know, the borders have been closed here, so like not as many foreigners coming to Japan. I mean,
Yeah.
a little more recently, I'd say. I've been like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like the past like month or so, I've been like, oh.
Yeah, I got recognized
a lot of white people around.
Twice in one day the other day.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've noticed there's like a
Whereabouts?
lot more people now.
Shinjuku.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, I was like, whoa, that's weird. It's
Yeah.
happening a lot more.
Yeah, because
So-
people are coming in now.
Yeah.
Like they've made it a lot easier to get in the country.
Yeah.
At least my experience was. This time I spent an hour and a half in the airport as opposed to 4 hours, which
good.
was nice.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
That's really good.
They've like the first thing I noticed is that they removed the fucking cattle tag that they
Oh
like
my God,
give
thank
everyone,
God.
so I didn't feel like livestock, which was a nice positive.
Yeah.
I can't imagine if you're waiting for years to come in, you know, on your work visa. Finally, the fucking country opens, and the first thing they do is like tag you, like fucking
Brand you.
like fucking brand you, you know. So you know, thank God they've removed that system. Yeah, everything's just a lot more streamlined now, and I mean it's a lot easier traveling outside of the country as well. I mean, England, I didn't even need to get tested or give like a vaccine certificate or anything. It's just back to normal, right?
Jeez.
God bless
so
the
weird.
Queen, man. Jesus Christ. It's kind of crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
Hopefully it lasts, because like the one thing I'm really fucking worried about is, you know, while we're overseas, like say at Gaunt's wedding, and then they'll just like discovered a new strain, guys. Let's go. You know.
Like, even if they do, people are gonna be like, no.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, the one thing that I don't know if I'm looking forward to or dreading is the next convention we go to.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't announce what it is yet.
Yeah.
We are going to a convention.
We're going to several conventions, but like I remember what it was like before Trash Taste. I can't imagine what going to a convention is going to be like.
Yeah,
after Trash
Conflu.
Taste.
I'm hyped. What?
Conflu
Yeah.
was always a thing, you know.
Yeah.
And now it's like Conflu on steroids is a thing now.
Yeah, one thing we've definitely had to plan around that we've never needed to do before in conventions is like planning what we're doing and the events we're going to. Is that technically we are now a fire hazard. You know,
Some conventions.
at
some
some conventions,
conventions.
we are now a fire hazard.
Yeah.
So that's something that I never had to think about before.
Yeah.
There's like people asking, like, do you want security? And I'm like, oh, I feel so weird. I just, do I already want a guy just following me around? But then I guess I don't want to get hurt. But I mean,
Yeah.
it feels weird. So.
Yeah, it
It
does.
definitely feels weird because it's definitely a different kind of planning than any of the conventions I've been to before.
Because like I've always seen like, you know, there's been like a couple of big guests at like conventions I've been to, right, that have security guards and security, and I was just like, look at this guy.
Big
Look
dick
at this,
on campus.
look at this guy.
yeah.
Oh, the big dick brigade coming
Yeah.
through, and now I'm about to be that guy.
Well, it's
And I don't know how to feel about that.
because like I don't want to be like, guys, I don't need all this extra shit. Come on guys. I'm just a guy. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like I'm like, especially being back this time, being like I can't even walk down my local streets. How's it going to be where all of the weebs and all of the people that are interested in your content and your, you know, and your content field are going to be concentrated in one place, and I'm just like, that's pretty scary. Now that I think about it, I've never.
It's really cool though. I mean,
it's going to be really cool.
I haven't seen it in a while. I'm excited to see what it is.
Yeah.
I think the last fan meetup I had, it was a decent amount of people who showed up to it. So I don't even know if I can even do a fan meetup this time.
Yeah. I was talking to Alan, and he was just like, remember when you used to do like unofficial fan meetups? Yeah, I don't think that's happening this time. And I'm just like, because it is a fire hazard, or like that has to be taken into account when we do any kind of meetups now. Like, how are we gonna arrange people who come to see us, and are we blocking anything that could potentially be a health and safety hazard?
It sucks though, because I miss
piss off the convention.
Yeah. It sucks though, because
basically.
I used to do like those kinds of like casual fan meetups every now and then with Aki, and like I miss that shit.
I miss that shit
It's like
as well.
it's because it's so chill.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you just tweet out being like, hey, we're gonna be here like a couple of hours. If you want to hang out, just come hang out. And it's usually like, like 50 people max. And that's like a sizable amount to be like, okay, you know what, this is kind of chill.
You can talk to people.
You can
talk
talk to everyone. You can have a conversation with everyone.
Just
Like,
to hear where people have come from. And
I've met like so many cool people through that, and now it just sucks that like, it's a fire hazard now.
And now it's an Indian wedding.
And now it's an Indian wedding.
So now here's the strat. If you see me outside the convention, that's the better that you can talk to me.
Exactly.
But that's like playing gacha. That
You'll
is the
probably never
gacha.
see me outside of the convention because I don't leave my room. But maybe if you do, we can talk a little bit. Unless I'm in a rush, then I'll be like, sorry.
Because then it's always that instance of like, if someone recognizes you in those kinds of like outside of convention settings, all it takes is for one person to be like, oh my god, Connor, for everyone to just fucking whip their heads around, and then a crowd gets formed.
Yeah. Conventions when there's crowds, people want to see what the crowd's about.
Exactly.
So, it's
because I remember the worst I saw it before was you at the Singaporean convention, where it was like traveling next to fucking Justin Bieber. We had like this.
That one was pretty.
We had like panels to go to, and I remember it was just like you could not take 2 steps without being stopped.
Yeah.
And
that was the first time I had to get security.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I was like,
did you get security?
Yeah,
wow.
I had to because the
Yeah.
con was literally like, if you keep going, you're going to be a fire hazard.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is cool, but also really fucking weird.
Yeah, fire hazard, just because you're like blocking walkways or something. It's not like it's a big deal, but like if you're
it's not like someone's there with a fucking match.
But like people are stopping, right? So if you just stop in a hallway or something, it's technically a fire hazard, and like a lot of the venues can be like punished if that like gets shown around that's happening.
10 people stop, that's fine, that's manageable. 50 people stop, you're kind of you're kind of getting in the way of people. If like 100, 200 people stop, then you are stopping the flow of people walking about. You're causing literal, I was going to call it human traffic, but like, is there like a word?
You are human trafficking. I'm not the same.
You are human trafficking right now. Like, I don't know what the word is or the term is, but it's basically
human
just like,
traffic jam.
a human traffic jab.
I went to Venture. I think you went to the same one. Or no, just in case I get annoyed. But apparently one year they had Markiplier at the convention.
Yeah.
And apparently this is like the first convention that Markiplier ever did.
I know which con you're talking about, yeah.
And they spoke about this like it was like the zombie apocalypse, dude. Because apparently, right, what happened is that, I think did Jacksepticeye go too?
One of the years, I think.
I remember it was a really big fucking deal, and the convention runners didn't, like, they knew YouTube and they knew that it was like a big deal, but they didn't quite understand like how big of a deal it was. So they were like woefully unprepared for like Markiplier's audience. And apparently they were just like, it was like insane. Like the security barriers, they didn't like have anything really. And so like apparently it was like stampedes. Like people were just getting like hurt, and they had like one security guy for like 1,000 people when only 100 people should have turned up, and they didn't plan, and they had because they had like they paid, I don't know, God knows amount of money for that one extra in that one Marvel movie, and they were like, well, he's a big deal. Movie. So it's kind of like they just kind of didn't get it, and apparently
they talked about
absolute nightmare.
Yeah, they talked about it as if it was like a scene ripped straight out of like Dead
World
Rising
War Z or something.
Yeah, like Dead Rising. It's just like it was insane apparently. But like
every single time anything anything would come up, they'd be like, the event that shall not be named. Because apparently it was such a disaster, like trying to manage this, that the convention, I think that their reasoning was that they like banned him from coming back. And I was like, it sounded like it was your problem there.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. I don't know. I can't remember exactly.
How
what
dare
it
you
was.
be too popular
Yeah,
for
right.
our convention?
I think that's something like that. It was really like they had fucked up massively and not considered.
Well, I think you know, it's events like this that have thankfully made events and people, and not just events, but also like influencers themselves. I know, I hate the word. I hate it.
Shut up.
But like, you know, people like us.
We are not the same.
We don't like those other people.
No, because like the reason I talk about like, you know, YouTubers or you know TikTokers or whatever is that we came from like, you know, we all came from the same place, and we don't want to feel like we don't need security, we don't need to worry about this. We're like the man of the people, you know. But like at the same time, there's been enough incidents like the Markiplier thing, like TanaCon, you know, like a lot. There's been enough other influencers who have set the precedent to be like, things can go really, really fucking wrong if you don't plan shit out, because we know that you want to be seen as, you know, the casual person, you know, the same as everyone else, but you do have a massive audience, and you need to, like, it's gotten to the point where a lot of people need to think about how do they manage the audience they have IRL, because you see a number on your YouTube and you're just like, that's 10,000 people or that's 100,000 people. It's just a number. But when you translate that number, even if it's just like a tenth of the number you see on your YouTube channel to real life, that fills up.
That's like a football stadium.
I guess that's what really sucks about not going to like a convention at all recently, is that we can't like tell, like, because, you know, it would slowly ramp up, right? Go to more
I
conventions.
have no clue.
I don't know what's going to
What
be
our
like.
IRL situation.
Because like normally, like with how Trash Chase has grown over like the past 2 years, normally we'd get to like ramp up the experience to be like, okay guys, I think we're reaching that point where we need to kind of start thinking about this, kind of start thinking about that. But because it's just been 2 years of us talking in Japan, and we have no idea what it's going to be like when we, like, I guess, return to the rest of the world and conventions and stuff like that. We're just playing a guessing game a lot of the time, in like what we're going to need and how we're going to manage it.
Last time I went to AX, I could like easily walk through it all, and there was like maybe like, I don't know, 50-50 chance that someone would recognize me.
Yeah.
And that was when I had like 400,000 subs or something.
Yeah.
So, and that was before Trash Talk, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's gonna be like now. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for it.
Well, like,
I'm excited.
I'm excited, but dreading.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, I don't want to cause any problems.
It's
for anyone.
like it's like equal
But I
amounts.
want to meet everyone. I want to say hi to you
It's
guys.
equal amounts excitement, equal amounts terrifying.
Yeah. Same here. I'm nervous in both ways. I'm like, I'm excited to go experience conventions and just go see the vibe and everything again. I'm scared to see how things have changed after the last 2 years.
Mourning the loss of my weird convention stories probably now. You know, I don't get to stay in random Discord Airbnbs that like met people online.
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen anymore. That sucks.
Sad.
That was fun. Fun stories. Weird moments in my life.
He will reminisce as he sits in his 5-star hotel.
I'm just like you for real.
You know, he doesn't miss that. Connor's just like, give me the fucking 5-star hotel
I think-
right
Give me
now.
the Sheraton right now.
No, it's fun, but also it's like, god damn, that was no way to live. There's no.
It's like, damn, bitch, you live like this.
I think I got all my really stupid ideas out of my head, and now I'm trying to be more sensible and take care of myself. And,
Yeah. It's
Oh,
time to
God.
adult now. Unfortunately. This episode is sponsored by Harry's.
Boys, you know I've been using Harry's for a very long time.
Yes,
It's
you
the
have.
only razor I trust near my beautiful, boyish young face.
It's become part of your routine, now, hasn't
It's
it?
become part of my daily routine because it's the only blade that I trust that'll give me the best shave possible.
Well, then you'll be happy to know, Connor and audience, that Harry's is giving their best offer to you guys right now. That's right. First time Harry's customers can redeem a starter set for just $3 dues.
$3?
If you go to harrys.com/trashtaste. That includes a 5-blade cartridge,
God.
a weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect your blades on the go. A $13 value for just
What?
$3.
Harry's has the highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry. I can concur. And they're still offering a no-risk trial. Don't like your shave? No worries. It's on them. So, what are you doing? Get the new look with the same incredible offer. There's never really been a better time to give Harry's a try. Just go to harrys.com/trashtaste to get your starter set for just $3. That's harrys.com/trashtaste. Back to the episode.
Okay, well, I guess we've literally got approval from Malin that we can announce, actually.
What are we announcing?
One place that we're going is going to be Anime Expo. That should have been the obvious one. I feel like us announcing Anime Expo is just like, well, of course.
I also eat food.
Yes, I am an anime YouTuber.
No one knew if it was even happening this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly got fucking bombarded by my Twitch chat being like, you got Anime Expo? Anime Expo?
If you're going to actually, you can see us all.
Yeah.
And stuff. I don't know what else.
We got hopefully a bunch of like cool things planned.
Can we announce the rest of the shit that we're doing?
Not sure yet.
Okay. We do have something special.
There's some cool
planned.
stuff happening. So,
Yeah, we do have. It's not just going to be us turning up at AX. We do have some cool stuff planned for AX as well.
So if you're home, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
If you see me around, say hi. Buy me a drink. And I'll
don't say that. You're going to be like
200
You're going to be like
deep.
intoxicated.
I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What am I going to do with all these drinks?
Don't bring me a drink. If we're in a bar, then you can buy me a
There's going to
drink.
just be like a line of like to the Sea Dog VA like panel, just like here's a drink, and then here's a drink.
It's just like an offering.
I'm going
Hello.
to say this now because this always happens. Please don't bring me food. It is an absolute nightmare to try and carry around with me. I
Yes.
don't want food. Don't bring me food.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm also fat enough. I don't need any more.
Yeah.
If you do see me outside of the convention, buy me a drink as well. As long as I'm not like carrying 5 drinks at the
I might
time.
buy you a drink.
The only
Yeah.
food I will accept, however, is flaming hot Cheetos. You can bring me as many
don't-
of
no,
those.
No,
say that, don't
because
say that,
everyone will bring one. Don't say that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
Okay,
Just give it to me.
Watch him.
That's a Joey thing.
Just give it to me.
That's
Bro,
a Joey
his
thing.
hotel's gonna be a fucking hot Cheeto landfill, dude.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna be like just open the window and just like throwing fucking Cheetos to the crowd. You get some Cheetos.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm really
Yeah.
hyped.
First time in. Geez, when was the last AX we went to? 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was literally the last convention I went
Sad,
to.
really, because it was like it's always one of my favorite conventions to go to.
Yeah.
So you
Because
always get to meet everyone.
it's not just a convention. It's basically just like
An attitude meetup.
it is an Anituba
How
meetup.
the British people get to see the American people.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because we're all not American.
Yeah. I wonder how many people are gonna go there this year in terms of
Yeah, I don't know.
other content creators and stuff like that. You know,
Well,
if,
call to action.
if you're any content creators going to AX, hit us up, whatever.
See you there.
Yeah, big, small.
We'll be in
I
LA
don't
as
really
well.
care,
So
yeah.
if you, let us
I
know.
wonder if we're gonna have the annual Anituber meetup. Because did you guys go to that last time? I can't remember.
I did not.
Because there's
Where was the last one?
What?
Not the one at the bowling alley.
there was one at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the funny
You
bit.
wanna explain what this
Funimation
is?
party.
Huh?
Do you want to explain what this is?
Yeah, so every when did it even start? I don't even remember when it
can't
started.
remember.
I think it was like 5-6 years ago or something. But like as long as I've been to AX, there's always been one. But there's always been like this like unofficial like Anituba meetup like thing where basically it used to just be done like outside of the convention hall, like in that open area where all the cosplayers are. And it's just like it doesn't matter how big or small of an Anituba you are, you can just come to this event. You know, kind of meet everyone. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, especially like 5-6 years ago, the Anituba community was so fucking small, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, there'd be like 30 people.
Yeah.
The last one I went to, though, there was like 100 people. I was like, oh, it's getting big now.
It's getting big
Fucking
now.
I
hell.
think because that one was like, all right, people were asking for invites, and then people were asking them for invites.
Yeah.
Like, and then there were people there who definitely weren't making YouTube videos.
Yeah, then people just like showed
And
up.
they were
yeah.
just showing up because they knew Gigak would be there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was
exactly.
like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to work nowadays, but there's normally like one Anituber or something who has just rented out a house. And that's just now become like the unofficial Anitube meetup.
Pretty much.
Well, they just rent out a house and they just invite a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You know? And
That one was chill.
That one was
I
awesome.
enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last time we did one like outside of the convention was like 5 years ago, I think. And there was like maybe 50, 60 people there. Obviously way too many people to like actually like, you know, meet
Yeah.
and get to know personally. But like, yeah, I miss those. Like, you know, I met like a lot of like really cool YouTubers in that event. I met John for the first time. Super Eye Patch Wolf there.
Love seeing John.
The first
Yeah.
time he was
Love
like he was
hanging out with
he was
John.
the crowd favorite that year because he'd never been to a convention and never shown his face. So everyone was like, "Yo, Super Eye Patch Wolf, let's go, dude!" Yeah,
Amazing
Also,
berserker,
absolute
yeah.
chill dude as well.
absolute chill, dude,
Yeah.
absolute Chad. He's the mega Chad of Anichu in terms of looks. Man's got a fucking jawline and a half, dude. I swear.
Dude, I'm hyped, man. I'm really excited to go to conventions. I think not being able to see the viewers for a long time has like made my brain go too YouTubery. I got YouTube brain.
What
I'm
do you
like,
mean?
actually,
What's YouTube
it's all
brain?
numbers for me. It's all numbers, dude. It doesn't mean anything to me. I haven't seen anyone.
It's just
I haven't
data.
left my house. I just stay in Japan, even more isolated.
Yeah.
I just want to be drinking at a bar and then someone strikes up a conversation, be like, "Oh, I love your stuff," and we just have like a nice, chill
Yeah, dude.
conversation. That's like some of my favorite fan interactions because as much as I want to have like the longer like conversations with people who come to meetups, it's like, yeah, you're in like Indian wedding like headspace where it's just like, you have a, if you're lucky, like a few minutes with everyone, but
Yeah.
when you're just chilling and that random guy recognizes you or random girl, you just having like a nice conversation. You're just like, oh, I remember why I started what I'm doing right now. It's
Yeah.
for moments like this, man.
I weirdly have a lot of those though in Japan. I think because like you don't get recognized as often in Japan, like especially nowadays, right? So like the one person who does find you on the street, you actually, as long as you're not in a rush, like you actually have like, at least me anyway, I have like a, at least like a 3 or 4 minute conversation being like, oh, what are you doing here? Like,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And like, those are the best.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Well, in Japan, it's like different because right now, no one here is a tourist, right? So everyone here is like doing
mainly.
something or has like an interesting story or is like working here or something like
Yeah.
that. And
Lots of students now.
Lots of students
now there is lots of students now. I don't
Yeah.
know, because like when did they start letting people in again?
a month ago?
Like a month ago?
Yeah.
I've noticed this.
I've barely been in Japan for the last
you-
month. Like, how's it been for you guys?
I did a stream recently and I got stream sniped a lot more than last time.
Right.
So I think that was interesting. It's
Yeah,
fun,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Like it's definitely gotten to the point now where again, like I've just noticed there's like, oh, there's a lot more foreigners now, and then
Yeah.
I just remembered like, oh yeah, there's just a lot more students now,
Yeah.
and then obviously
Yeah.
you have more of a chance to get recognized. Like I was in like buttfuck middle of nowhere like the other week, outside of Tokyo,
Yeah.
and there was
Yeah.
just like 2 random dudes who just like recognized me, and I was just
Yeah.
like, this like in my head I was like, this is weird, but then I was like, no, this is what it used to be like.
Yeah.
So now it's just this like weird like kind of whiplash of being like, oh fuck, we're like slowly going back to normal. Finally,
Yeah.
hopefully.
The world is
Sure
healing.
is
Hopefully.
healing. Sure is healing.
Rage.
Yeah, because you're planning to go back to Australia this year as well, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go see my family for the first time in 3 years.
Oh my god. Dude.
Well, I mean, like the trip to the UK for your wedding is the first time I'm gonna be overseas in 3 years.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, because the last time you attempted to go overseas, you got deported.
I got
right?
deported.
And you've been waiting 3 years since then.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
last it's like PTSD now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
The
yeah.
last time I went on an international flight, I got deported. So
Cool story.
that's a cool story. It's a cool story to tell the
story.
kids. But
Yeah.
like, I'm going down to like see my family and mates and stuff like that. So that's gonna be very weird.
Yeah.
Just like seeing the city I grew up in, like completely changed. Because
Yeah.
my sister was saying that like, it's completely changed the
Yeah.
past 3 years. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be weird.
It was very weird going back to my home city and just seeing it completely changed as well. And
Yeah.
even just seeing London slowly changing.
Oh, the skyline of London, there's loads more skyscrapers now.
Yeah.
There was like 2, and now there's like tons more being built. It's crazy. I wonder how it managed to not get them for so long then. It's very strange.
But now
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so scared, like, of what you experienced, of just like being at like a place that's very like local and familiar to me.
Yeah.
Like if I go to like my local mall, I'm just gonna be like, no one recognize me, please. Not here. Don't follow me home, please.
Yeah. That's what I was worried about. Yeah.
God.
Be like, come to my house for some tea.
Meet my parents.
Have some crumpets and biscuits. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, London's become very bougie. I called an Uber. It was like my first Uber in
Oh,
London.
wow.
Yeah, and a fucking Tesla shows up. Oh, wow. And I was just like, this is an Uber, right? I just called an Uber. Yeah, a fucking Tesla shows up. And like, I'd never ridden in a Tesla before, right? Have you guys ever ridden in a Tesla?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so like, I didn't know how they worked, because the first thing you normally go when you go to a car is you go and you pull the handle, right? So I go up to this Tesla and there's no handle. It's literally just like, it's literally kind of like a flat kind of handle place. Handle place. So I didn't know you were meant to like just push it in and the handle comes out. I was like, Daddy Elon has designed some like fucking futuristic like travel to Mars fucking stuff. It's probably electric. So I'm standing there in front of the Tesla, like thinking it's like an automatic door going. so I'm like,
did he have to open it for you?
he had to like come out and just like tell me just to like push the handle in.
I just imagine Khan just being like, open, open.
Hey Tesla.
Daddy Elon, please.
Where is it? Was it fun though, riding on a Tesla?
It was very fun.
Yeah.
It was
It's a toy. It's like a toy. It's like so futuristic.
Really?
It is.
I'm
It's
excited.
cool.
Yeah, it was a weird like seeing like the pad at the front just completely track everyone, all the cars. But like when it came to pedestrians, it was just like fucking freaking the fuck out, because there's so many pedestrians in London.
Yeah, true.
So it would, just seeing it like just like humans appeared and disappeared, and like this dog was a human, then it wasn't, and well, like it was very cool. It is very much a toy. I know like our mate's parents owns one as well.
And never shuts up about it.
Huh?
Never shuts up about it.
Yeah, never shuts up about it.
He drives it and he's like, oh, my mum bought it though. He doesn't mention that. He says, it's my Tesla. Our Tesla.
Our Tesla.
Yeah, because he took you on plenty of
Yeah, I
plenty
went in
of
this
rides
Tesla.
on it.
Yeah, I got shit in the car. I'll tell you about that. Remember that?
You
I
got
got
what?
shit in the car. Remember?
Have we told that on?
No, I haven't.
Have we told about that on Trash Taste?
No,
We
so,
haven't.
we were driving in this Tesla in the countryside.
Yeah.
You know, and the Tesla had been sitting there all day. I had the window down.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what happened, but it was like we were driving along this really country road. And then, oh no, I don't remember what happened. We're driving along this country road. It's kind of dirt road. It's not the cleanest road we're going. And then he's trying to show off that it can go like 0 to 60 and like, as every car owner does, they have to prove that the car is fast.
Yeah.
As if normal cars don't go fast. So we're going fast, and as he speeds up, there's like I don't know if it's like a harvester or something plowing the fields next to us. No, it's the machine that spreads manure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So as it's spreading it, we're going by, and then before I know it, I'm like chilling like this in the car, and then suddenly just a fucking wave of manure starts hitting my face and goes in the car, and it's launched into this Tesla. And then everyone is doing that thing of playing like, oh God. And then there's just shit everywhere in his Tesla, and he just got it cleaned. Like a week
And it's like white seats as well.
yeah, it's
like
white seat.
pure-
It's white seat Tesla.
Oh, no.
And the inside is pure white. Absolutely like dickhead white.
Oh, my
You
God.
should never have your interior this color for this reason. And so there's just, oh God. And so the entire car journey, it just smells of cow shit. It just absolutely reeks of cow shit. And he's freaking out. It's his parents' Tesla that he's borrowing it. And so he's like, oh, what am I going to do? Oh. It's like freaking out. Yeah. I'm like, don't worry, we're going to clean it. We're gonna clean it. He's like, oh my God, my parents are going to kill me. And
So anyway, about that 0 to 60.
and there's like chunks like this big of manure in the car, and and the smell is just everywhere.
Oh my
Like, you
God.
can't- So we go into like a Pizza Express afterwards. We just stink of shit. And we're just eating pizza, and then I think he goes to get it.
They must have been
cleaned.
so confused because like the people working there is just like a bunch of dudes just smelling like shit eating pizza. And they're like, well, oh man, they fucking live like this. Meanwhile, they head back into their Tesla.
It was so,
What the fuck?
it was so, and then I think he got it cleaned like the next day or the
Yeah.
day off because he was so angry. He's like, I have to get it cleaned. I have to get it cleaned. So he got it cleaned.
Yeah, because I remember him like building up that he was like oh my God, my parents let me borrow the Tesla. Guys, I'm driving the Tesla. I'm driving the Tesla. And it was just like this massive event in our friend group that like, Eugene's coming in a fucking Tesla.
Damn.
Day after, Connor's like, guys, I got shit in Eugene's Tesla.
Yes, we're going to country road. I'm the kind of guy, I don't know why, I don't know why people want to do this, but I just want to put my arm like this.
Yeah, of course. I get
don't know
that.
why.
I get that.
And so, yeah, then obviously I couldn't have predicted that a bunch of manures going to fly in the car.
Yeah.
But it did.
That was a funny story.
I love that.
I remember just like feeling bad for Eugene, but also laughing,
very funny.
laughing very, very hard.
I was covered in shit, but it was so funny at his anger that his Tesla was covered in shit. That it kind of cancelled out me being covered in shit.
It was worth it.
I wasn't too bothered about being covered in shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't like I was going to like a formal dinner or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Pizza Express and we're going to get drunk. Like, I was like, whatever. It's fine. I'll just clean it. I'll clean the clothes. Not a dinner.
Yeah.
That's so
But,
funny.
yeah, it was good. Recently I watched, yesterday, in fact, this is a good time. I watched the new Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, how is it?
Very weird.
Is it actually?
It was probably one of the most boring movies I've watched in a long time.
Really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I heard like a lot of good things about it.
I'm sad. I was really excited for it.
Watch it. Make your own mind up. I also
Yeah.
watched it in Dolby Atmos, and I was way too close to the front, and I really regret it. Some of that fucking sound effects.
Yeah.
There's this one sound effect in the start where like he summons like a saw, and I swear to God, it really punctured my ear. This saw sound. But yeah, no, it was weird. It was all over the place. The thing that I don't like about Doctor Strange, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way, is that I don't know what the fuck his powers are. Like, it's just like whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's like, all right,
He does the circle thing,
okay,
right?
do a circle. And then now I summon a monster. And now I summon a boat. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck your abilities are. Like, I don't know. No one has ever told. There's never a scene where he's learning these powers, like individual spells.
I've always just said,
how does this work?
I've always just said like his power is kind of like the metronome move in Pokemon, you know, where it's just like he just waggles his fingers and then something happens, you know.
It's like I don't know what the fuck is going on, and the entire movie feels like when you're kids with, you know, when you're like 8 years old and you pretend like you have like a magic fight with your childhood friend. You're like, and I summon this. Oh, I do this. Oh, I do this back. That's what the whole movie felt like. It was just
It's
that.
not just a JoJo fight.
But like at least JoJo, there's some tense to it. There's some intensity. This entire fight was like, all right, well, of course he's gonna win, and then it's just this. And It's just like, what the fuck is this movie? I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's so stupid. This entire movie was just like, all right, now this, now this, and now this. And it's like, what is happening?
Yeah, I heard from like comic book fans that Doctor Strange is meant to be like one of the most powerful beings in like the Avengers or whatever.
Right.
And they've just like completely nerfed him in the MCU or something like that. Because I have no idea what the fuck his ability is apart from just like summoning the circle thing and summoning the teleport.
It's just-
Basically, it's just Paul, right?
Maybe the
He just has a Paul gun.
maybe the character in the comics is interesting, but like I was so fucking bored in this movie. And I was like, and then halfway through, because it's the multiverse, and then they introduce other Marvel characters from other Marvel, and then it's supposed to be like, I guess just comic book boner moments where I'm just supposed to be like impressed that.
They included that scene.
Like a guy from the X-Men turned up. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Why is I'm not impressed by this. Like, there's just a moment where like he'll come in and then the music will play. The stereotypical, oh, it's a character you're supposed to know.
Right.
Dun, dun. And then it's like, all right, cool. And then he's dead. And then it's like, all right, okay, cool. Okay, fine. What is happening, dude?
Or is it because like you just haven't watched many MCU movies?
I've watched a lot of them. And this was the only one like I haven't watched was Eternals because I heard it was complete doo-doo.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel I didn't watch because I heard it was really bad.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the worst ones I've watched.
So you've watched every Marvel movie post Endgame as well?
Post Endgame, what's that been? Just No Way Home.
There's been No Way Home. There's been Black Widow.
I've watched Black Widow. That was gosh, awful. Shang-Chi was okay.
Shang-Chi. I watched Shang-Chi.
They've been
on the
taking
plane.
big L's, I feel. These movies have been...
I just feel like they are still building up.
No Way Home was really good.
No Way Home was fucking
But that was
great.
because I kind of got what I wanted out of that.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of expected.
Yeah.
It was a Spider-Man movie and
I'm sad because like I'm not that hyped for any new Marvel movies coming out, and Doctor Strange was one of the few I was actually hyped about. I was really hyped about No Way Home, and that met
That was
my
good.
that met my expectations.
Oh,
He's already
okay.
here.
I just felt that it was like, you know, when you watch a movie and I wanted to watch it to give my thoughts,
Yeah.
but at the same time I'm like, fuck, I didn't want to give them money so they think that I want more of this. 'Cause
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't want more of this.
Right.
Like I'd rather, I don't know, like I heard like Morbius was really, really bad.
I've heard that's
Really?
the worst Marvel movie of like, or anything Marvel related of all time.
it's like, it's not Marvel, is it? It's Sony.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's not MCU.
So it's not exactly MCU,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
Jared Leto is apparently really bad. I don't
Yeah.
know. I maybe watch it and give me your thoughts because I'm really torn on it because there were some moments that I thought was really interesting and I thought,
Yeah.
okay, this is good. But the rest of the time, I'm like, this just felt like a movie they wanted to make just because they were like, well, I guess we could get Benedict Cumberbatch to act himself out 3 times and that could be fun. And it's
Yeah.
just like, all right, okay. And yeah, and I don't know. It was just really long-winded and boring. And
Yeah.
I the moment my popcorn ran out, I was kind of like out
Kinda
of it.
done.
I was
You
kind of
kinda
like,
sad.
That was the final draw.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, there's no reason for me to be here now. I went with
Yeah.
Emily and Didas, and they were just laughing all the time as well at some of the dialogue was so
Did
bad.
they enjoy it?
They thought it was really bad as well.
Okay.
So they were enjoying it, like, ironically, I guess.
Yeah, there was some lines of dialogue that
Yeah.
was just like, who wrote this? Like, this was like completely absurd. Like,
Yeah.
this is like a 4-year-old wrote it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe viewers, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you disagree with me. Let me know what you think. I haven't looked at any critical reviews of it, so I don't know what
Yeah.
critics are saying, but I would give it a
It's
4.
the 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
For me, it's a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
I was very
Is it the
bored.
worst Marvel movie you've seen?
No.
What's the worst one you've seen?
Thor 2 was pretty bad.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
was really
that just
boring.
sounds bad from the name.
Yeah.
Like, Thor 2 is pretty boring.
Like, I'm looking forward to the new Thor.
Yeah, that seems fun.
That
Thor 3?
seems fun. Yes,
I'm-
Thor
I'm
4.
just kind of-
4?
Yeah, Thor 4.
I don't know.
Thor.
Do you have Marvel movie fatigue? I'm just like,
I don't know,
Just make Blade. Just make Blade and make it good.
Like,
please.
I
That's all
definitely-
want at this point.
I definitely have Marvel movie fatigue in the sense where I'm just watching it just to like keep up, and
Yeah.
there are like
I had
few-
Marvel movie fatigue after like Iron Man 2.
I just feel like they're like fumbling right now. They're like, what are these movies? What are they making? These
Yeah.
movies
I don't
know
think-
what the fuck they're trying to
I
set
don't think
up.
they're fumbling. I just think once you end with Endgame, it's just like an end of like 10 years of build up.
Right.
It's just like, well, fuck, how do you like, how long is it going to take to build up something that's going to be as exciting? Because right now, I'm not even like invested in the characters as much as I was, you know, fucking Iron Man or Captain America or like the main guys in like the previous generation. So it's like, who is going to be that, you know, that main guy? And I thought it was going to be Doctor Strange. I thought that was a possibility.
Probably will be. I mean,
Possibility. I don't know.
I'm just a resident sleeper, dude. That
Yeah.
entire. I kind of shut off the first hour. I was like really bored.
Yeah,
I-
like watching Shang-Chi was cool, but I'm just like, I'm watching like a Wuxia movie, and then
Yeah.
you have like, you're barely relating this to the MCU somehow, whatever. I'm not really like, I don't really care about that, you know? I'm here for the cool fights.
I was watching Your Movie Sucks, and he was doing his review of all the like films of the year or the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like 70% of them, he was like, I didn't finish it. It was shit.
Right,
And then
right,
a
right.
lot of people got angry because they were like, oh, how can you review a film if you didn't finish it?
Yeah.
But I was like, I mean, surely if you can't finish a film, that says
something.
more than anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
It's like, how critical do you want to be?
Right.
It's more like, yeah, you can say you really didn't fucking like a movie and not
Yeah.
finish it, because I've done that plenty of times with anime, you know. But if you want me to like properly critique it, then there's only so much I can critique without seeing all of it, because I didn't see all of it. You know, it's a nuanced argument, but I think you should very much be allowed to say, yeah, I thought something sucked, and because I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, yeah. I feel like if I was watching that many movies as well, I wouldn't be inclined.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to start like, you know, using your time wisely, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
want to waste your time on something that you think is just going to be like your opinion's not going to change on it, regardless
No.
if you
Yeah.
finish it or not.
You know the best TV show that I've watched that came out recently?
Well,
Severance.
Yeah, dude.
I watched that too.
Dude, what
Yeah.
the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
It's
Because
so
I was
good,
gonna
dude.
talk about some good shit that I've watched recently.
Severance is probably one of the most interesting and best TV shows I've watched in a long time.
sell it to me.
All right, so I'm going to do a bad version, then Gon can do the good version.
Okay.
The plot of this world is that there is a procedure that you can get that'll split your mind into two. So you have two consciousness, one that goes to work and one that does everything not work.
Right.
So essentially there'll be two characters in the same body. One that, and they don't have any memories of the other.
Oh, okay.
So the person in work, only existence is work and they don't know anything else.
Right.
And the person outside of work only has outside of work and doesn't know anything else. And so it's kind of really interesting because it's dealing with, all right, well, if you only worked all the time, you would probably get miserable and want to not work all the time. So then there's kind of like really interesting side plots of when they're trying to figure out what their outside person is doing, and then the outside person trying to figure out what the inside person's doing. And the company they work at is really mysterious. We don't really know what they do. And so it's kind of like, and it's very, very creepy. And it's really interesting. You should watch it.
So what's the good version?
That was actually pretty good.
You did it. You passed.
I'll do.
Try to sell extra, fluff it up.
I'll do the bad version, I guess.
Okay.
Imagine Black Mirror was good again. That's.
But they had a good premise and they ran with it.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I watched the season and it felt very Black Mirror-esque,
so
but like
good.
when Black Mirror had very interesting ideas and it wasn't like fucking just. Like going to like the bottom of the barrel, being like, yeah, we can make a fucking episode about this, but like it has like a very interesting concept, as Connor just said, and they like run with it and they explore every single facet that I wanted to explore out of it. Like, they definitely bring out like the ethical aspect about it as well. Just like, is if you separate your memories, is that person essentially a new person, or is it just still you? You know what I mean? Because in a certain certain argument, they are both the same person because you come from the same personality. You just don't share the memories of working and the life outside of work. But if you separate the memories, does that mean that's like two separate people that are living in one body as well?
Chris really liked it too. Chris, funny enough, watched it. It's on Apple TV though, which
if Chris watched it, it must be a masterpiece.
Chris really liked it too. Everyone I know.
No, that sounds really cool though.
Literally everyone I know who watched it really enjoyed it.
It definitely sounds like a show I would like.
And no one's talking about it because it's on Apple TV.
I like the only reason that I was able to watch it was because we were luckily provided iPads by Geeks Plus to use for work, and I'm just like, great, I have a device to watch it on now. Perfect, because I couldn't do that before.
Cool.
I pretty much just saw an article where they were like, Apple TV has some really interesting shows, and it came up, and I thought, oh, that looks really good.
Yeah.
And then the reviews were insane.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, okay. And yeah, honestly, I really hope it doesn't like mess up the landing, because season 1 was really, really good.
Season 1's really, really good, and holy fuck, did
That
they
cliffhanger.
end on a
Oh,
cliffhanger?
boy.
God fucking damn it.
Oh, but like that's also scary, right? Because people are saying the same thing about Black Mirror as well. They were like, "Damn, season 1 though. Hope they stick the landing."
Yeah, I think Black Mirror is basically not going to continue because it's in like legal battles for like ownership.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah, it's in like legal trouble.
Oh shit.
I think when they sold the rights, something was iffy, and there's arguments over who owns the rights to Black Mirror. So I think pretty much Black Mirror is dead.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that doesn't sadden me too much because they were definitely like
Running out of ideas.
They were definitely
I'm glad,
running out
yeah.
of ideas. You know,
Something scratched that itch there, and that was the show. So
Yeah,
I'm glad.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad it was
Okay, that's
something
good,
that
that's
kind
good.
of did that.
yeah,
Cool.
because with Black Mirror, I remember like season 1 and season 2 being incredible.
Yeah.
And then season 3 was just like, okay, there are some really good episodes,
Yeah.
and then some are just like really weird episodes. And then season 4 onwards was just like, why are you putting Miley Cyrus in this?
I didn't even get to that point.
Yeah.
Season 5 was even worse. Jesus.
I didn't even watch season 5. No. Yeah, so I mean, there's only like so many ideas you can come up with it being like an anthology of different ideas. But Severance, fucking great because it's just one idea, just explored to the fullest. Very happy.
Such good acting as well.
yeah.
The acting
Yeah.
is so good. Like, all these characters are so creepy.
Yeah.
Like believable. It's
Oh,
so
hell
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it was perfectly casted as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely check it out
Yeah,
before
yeah.
it gets too hype.
Yeah.
And then you won't watch
Yeah,
it.
then I won't watch it, yeah. if another person starts talking about it, I'll be like, no, no,
Currently,
no.
currently no one is talking. I literally
Yeah.
don't know anyone who's talking. I never see anyone talk about it. So if you want a really interesting,
I gotta
TV
watch
show,
it then before this
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
goes
yeah, yeah.
live in a couple of days.
I
Yeah,
guarantee
yeah.
you watch one episode, you'll be hooked. It's one of
Okay,
those
okay,
shows where
okay.
it starts so strong,
Yeah.
and it's really interesting.
Sure.
Yeah, watch it if you can. It's really interesting. Actually, amazing.
Cool.
TV show.
Speaking about something that everyone seems to be talking about now, that I Hack Spy, fucking Spy Family.
Oh my god.
You fucking, I didn't know how big it had gotten here. In the UK, even like people who barely watch anime, they're like, yo, you watching Spy Family? Or
Really?
Spy X Family? I'm like,
Fuck.
oh my god.
I pronounce the X because I'm a chap.
It's pronounced Spike's family. Actually.
Spy X Family. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've just seen an anime just blow up this quickly, I guess, because
I mean, like right from the get-go, it was like fucking solid.
I mean, the manga was insanely popular in Japan.
yeah.
It was- I think it was good.
I remember I was so scared because I've been like a fan of the manga for ages now, and when I was about to watch the first episode, I was like, please let it be good. Please don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
And thank God they didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't as you were saying, like I was not expecting it to be like the talk of the town essentially.
Yeah, because I just feel like, holy fuck, Shonen Jump are just on a different level right now in terms of like making mega hitters, because it feels like when Shonen Jump release a new anime, it's like Shonen Jump and then every other anime.
True.
Pretty much.
Because it doesn't even feel like you're talking to a anime fan if they say they watch Shonen Jump stuff, because everyone's watching Shonen Jump stuff. You know what I
Imagine
mean?
if we got a good Berserk adaptation.
Just imagine. But like even so, I even don't think it would be as popular as like Spy X Family or Demon Slayer or something like that. You know, I think the only IP that can really stand up to Shonen Jump IPs is like Attack on Titan, and that's like the outlier. You know,
Which is just a different shonen magazine.
yeah.
Final season part 1 deluxe edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just I haven't read the manga of the Spy X Family. It's just a really, really good show. Like it.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been saving it because I want to binge it all for like one big serotonin boost.
Yeah.
It's really solid.
Yeah.
Like even from a manga read, it's really, really solid adaptation.
It's just like there's nothing I can really say about it other than it's just a good show from like a good manga with a fucking amazing adaptation. Like they nailed Anya like as a character.
We're gonna be seeing reaction images of her for the next like 4 months.
I
at
know,
least.
right? I know. She's
Every Twitter.
Oh my god, she's so fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Like she will single-handedly save Japan's like fucking aging population, man.
Depression been mad quiet since Anya came out.
Like the Japanese population that aren't having enough babies. One Anya.
You can have this. You can have this,
This is
right
what you
now.
can have,
This is what
okay?
you're missing out on. Yeah, like, because like that was the only thing I was worried about was like, because the dialogue is what made Spy Family so fucking good in the manga.
Yeah.
So I was like, if they nail the voice acting and the casting, this is gonna be huge. And they fucking nailed the casting.
Yeah.
At least, especially the Japanese one. Like the voice for Anya is like perfect.
Yeah, like what I think the big thing that really makes it stand out is the cast really nailed the chemistry between the mum, dad, and the daughter. Like obviously Anya gets all the spotlight, but just the dynamic. Seeing the dynamic play out between, you know, if you don't know the premise of Spy X Family, it's a family that has a spy in it, an assassin in it, and Anya, who is a kid that has telepathy, right? It's a really, really weird mix of people, but they nail this family dynamic perfectly. Because I remember just like, it's equal parts funny and wholesome as well. Like I remember seeing like
it's like an Iyashike that's actually funny.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
A
little sprinkle of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Because I remember coming back from the wedding. Like last weekend, and I remember, the newest episode of Spy X Family just came out, and I watched it, and I just thought I was already like high up on positive vibes, and Spy X Family like gave me such wholesome vibes that I almost fucking cried, just because of how like fucking happy I felt, man.
I love how you're just like, fuck the wedding. The new Spy Family episode just came out, dog. That's where my happiness is right now. Yeah, that's the real shit.
I never thought I could like burst full of wholesomeness and happiness,
bro.
It's like, happy for you. Oh, Anya.
Yeah, I'm just like, hold on, Sydney, hold on. Before you say your vows. All right, I'm ready now. I'm ready.
Opens wall. It's just a picture of Anya. It's like, that's what I'm fighting for. That's what I'm fighting for right now.
Are you watching the anime of Spy X Family, or are you just like...
No. I am actually watching it because I watched the first episode and I was like, oh shit, this is like actually a fucking amazing adaptation. So I am watching it. I'm not caught up to the latest episode. But I'm like watching it kind of on and off, and it's fucking great. I can see why people are hyped about it.
But
like, you know, you were saying that like, oh yeah, Anya's like the new favorite, but like, I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of fucking pictures, and it's like, oh my god.
I know which character you're talking about. I don't even know what their name is. You said the name, but I'm guessing it's the woman.
I'm like, oh my god, first time in God knows how many years where wife of the season is not a high schooler. So thank God. Right? Well done.
It's a mother. It's a MILF. It's a MILF.
It's actually a MILF. Thank you. Well done, guys.
I guess I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird just because obviously I expected it to be popular. I didn't expect it to be this popular this quickly. Even Demon Slayer took like 18 episodes to really burst into
Spy Family
popularity.
just literally took like 2.
Be interested to see if it sticks around for the entire run.
I think it will.
I would be very surprised if it's only one season, because like the manga is doing like insane numbers right now as well.
Yeah, I saw like the manga sales of like the last month in Japan, and it's like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, all volumes of Spy X Family.
That's how it always is with the anime.
Yeah.
The anime comes out, the manga gets a giant boost in sales.
Yeah.
Because people want to read the manga.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I'm like, man, Shonen Jump just can't miss right now, because I didn't even think Spy X Family was going to be the big show that they released this year. I thought it was going to be Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
And then
when is that coming out?
That's coming out this year as well.
No, I think it's the summer. I think.
Okay.
Summer of
I feel
next
like
season,
that's been like everyone's like, I'm so hyped for that, and I was like, yeah, weren't we hyped like a year ago? What's going on with it?
Dude, Fujimoto's released like 3 one-shots in that span.
Oh my god, dude.
Which you fucking need to read.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought out like I recently read like a one-shot called Goodbye Airy.
Right.
By him, and it's fucking amazing. It's like probably one of the best one-shots I've ever read. Like the dude manages to like basically give the plot of like a movie's worth of plot in like 200 pages.
Oh wow.
And it's fucking incredible. Like, yeah, I read it the other day because like Twitch chat was like, have you read it? Have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? And so I was like, and you can read it for free as well.
Oh.
On the Jump Plus app. I'm making it sound like an ad. I'm not even paid for this shit. Thanks, Shueisha. I'll wait for my
I do they need us to shout them out to know that Shonen Jump exists?
Nah. Dude, Jump Plus is on another fucking level.
It's like being like, yeah, I've shout out to Disney, by the way. Loving the stuff you're doing with Marvel or whatever.
Waiting for the royalties soon, Disney. Walt, I'm waiting for your call, Walt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, because like even Disney now have also come into like the anime race, you know, fucking. They've picked up one of the best seasonal animes I think is airing this season, which is like Summertime Render, which no one can really watch right now because
it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, and it's a Disney Plus exclusive.
Yeah,
but they're not like releasing it.
All the anime was on one platform.
One more anime that was aired like a couple of seasons back is in Disney Plus as well.
What?
Mushoku Tensei.
Is it actually?
Yeah. I see ads on like Facebook, like everyone's like Mushoku Tensei on Disney Plus.
That's so weird. What a weird timeline we're living in, where
Bro,
like
if you
Disney is like, you kids ever heard of anime before? That's so weird.
It's so surreal to think that it's gotten to this point where now Disney is getting involved in the anime arms race. I thought they just like they had that thing with Ghibli, you know. I never thought they cared about like anything else outside
Yeah,
of
like
Ghibli.
I always thought like Disney's like idea of anime was just like Princess Mononoke.
Yeah,
That's a movie.
yeah. Is it
Anyway.
is it made by Hayao Miyazaki?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no. Okay. I guess it doesn't exist.
Doesn't
then.
exist.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I saw you finally completed Elden Ring as well.
Did Elden Ring was very fun.
How was that?
Great game. When are you gonna play it?
When I
have free time.
When I have time to invest on being addicted to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elden Ring's amazing.
Yeah, because I saw you playing it and I'm like, God, fucking damn, that was so fun. But I
It
know
is. It's really fun.
But I know as soon as I start Elden Ring, it's just gonna be like when I start Breath of the Wild again.
Yeah.
Where like
Goodbye productivity.
yeah, goodbye productivity, goodbye free time, because I am doing nothing but playing this game.
How many hours did you sink into it?